Welcome aboard, everyone. Here we are. We are on chapter 10 of book 2, chapter 10 of By Leaps and Bounties, the 7th Sea second edition actual play, presented by Rook and Rasp and published by Chaosium. We are here for that. Chapter 10 is titled The Devil You Know. Let's introduce ourselves first before I get on describing. I'm Danny. I am the storyteller, and I play everybody that these lovely people do not play
I
around
play
me.
everyone.
I play everyone else except
Like
these
a
four.
fiddle. Wow, you guys said the
Like
same thing.
wow, I'll take that as a compliment. Thank you very much. But yeah, I'm Danny, and that's what I do. Let's go ahead with Alla. Alla usually ends up being in the middle or last, so let's start with Alla.
Hi, friends. I'm Ala, and I play Ninette Primevere, who is getting played like said fiddle.
By the ever dashing, clever, handsome, talented
Wait.
Olivier
Okay,
Dubois.
that's a little bit
Whoa,
too
whoa.
much. Don't lay it on too
What?
thick. It's looking desperate.
Not according to him. Not according to him.
Okay,
But
yeah.
yeah.
Or to the person that plays them.
Hey. All right, Michael.
Hi, I'm Michael, and I play Andreas Carraris, the Sarmatian duelist with a friend.
Mm-hmm. Friend, quote unquote. And Rue.
Hello, I am Rue Thompson, and I play Ace McYansen. And yeah, I don't have any friends.
Oh, that was so sad.
It's so true.
Well,
Dang.
everybody was talking
Look-
about who they're hanging out with, and Ace is alone. It's fine.
Look what y'all done. Look what y'all have done. Look at this.
I'm sorry,
This is-
Andreas has been very supportive. Is Andreas not a friend?
Well, you were just talking about your friend on the inside.
No, on the other side.
Yeah.
I got friends on the other
No,
side.
hold on. Let's not get. No, I went as far as we could.
So
And-
many songs jumping.
John.
Hi everyone, I'm John, and I play Giovanni Messina. I play Gianni Messina. I did it
Oh,
again.
we're off to a
Johnny.
great
God.
start, y'all.
Could you fucking stop
Johnny.
that?
Oh my god.
We're gonna just mix it up all night now. Thanks, Gianni.
Jesus.
Johnny.
Golly. I'm
Johnny.
so sorry.
John Gianni.
Giovanni.
John Gianni. Gianni.
Janani.
Johnani. Introduce
We
yourself,
are-
goddammit.
Excellent.
Well, anyway,
Good.
I play
Gianni.
Gianni Messina, the Vidachi rogue of the group, and I am over my head, I guess. At this point. Yeah.
I mean, are you?
Yeah, because I have.
You are quite short in the
Yeah.
game.
Oh, true.
You are a wee lad.
I'm a wee lad. Yeah, it actually makes
Mhm.
sense if I'm the best boy because I'm about the right height.
Nice. Nice. Okay. Yeah. So there we have it. Our 4 intrepid heroes. Asterisk, I think, for some of them. uh Asterisk. And okay, so where we left off last time was we had a bunch of heart to hearts and talks and plans and figuring things out. And in the end, Nanette had sent a message after all of that. We'd gone shopping. We'd, made sure that the ship was getting repaired, all of that stuff. We met up for breakfast to talk about plans and what was happening because Villanova was in town. And that's what you had heard because Charles and Thomas, as they were out being perfectly platonic friends without crushes whatsoever, had seen him. Had seen him and rushed back to the ship and told Andreas what was happening. And in the morning, they kind of felt the presence, but then it went away, going about their business. And they all had various tasks that they were going to do, which included Gianni going to the man that he had run into, who had betrayed them in Puerto del Sur and was now working with Silent Death after all that. And Gianni had managed to convince him that this was all too much trouble. Nobody has time for any of this, and that he should probably screw off to Avalon or anywhere else, literally anywhere else, and
Screw
get out of
off.
their hair. Yeah. And that's what happened. The guy was like, cool, because he's not a real empathetic, sympathetic, helping out friends kind of guy. Just, so that had happened, and then Ninette had sent a message because she knew that Dubois was in town. It sent a message to ask about dinner, and when she arrived at said dinner place with Gianni and Andreas there, he was waiting. Ace was in her room, I'm pretty sure, in her room at the inn at this
At the
point in time.
sassy sexton.
The sassy sexton.
Ace
right.
is tossing and
Mm-hmm. And when she got there, Dubois was already there, dressed up, had wine ready, and he confessed it wasn't simply that he was wanting to see Ninette, that he had a proposition for her of a business nature. That if she and her group could agree to meet with Giovanni Villanova, that
coulda
he
ju-
was.
could have just
I
left
said,
it at. You could have just left it at if her party could agree, because that's never gonna
yeah,
work.
'cause that's not gonna happen. Well, he tried. He
I'm
tried.
joking. I'm
He's
joking.
just
I'm sorry. I
being
should
a
have
good
interrupted.
messenger boy.
Didn't mean to interrupt. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Well, and that if they did that, then he would be able to tell them what exactly they were looking for on the Carnival. So we're going to get started. Had the book on the table. The black, dark leather book that we have seen, much darker than the first book, much more of a blackish book. And it says, book 2 on it. On the front, Buy Leaps and Bounties, embossed on the cover, with the 4 ovals frames in the corners. One being with various threads going back and forth. The other with a profile, looking very much like the one Michael has behind him. And the third being kind of half of looks like a compass almost, or a steering wheel of some kind, very stylized. And then in the fourth, looks like drops of blood, because they're colored a little bit reddish, dripping from the frame. And the book opens. We fly through the book to the other chapters that have gone on before. And we see the title, Chapter 10, The Devil You Know. Below that is a quote. And the quote said, "Never was anything great achieved without danger." Niccolo Machiavelli, who I thought was appropriate to quote in this particular episode. And there's a picture, of course, as usual, in black and white. It is black and white. And it is actually of a room, a hotel room, or a inn room at the Sexy Second. What is Ace doing? She napping? She pacing?
It's
hanging
evening.
out in the lobby?
It's evening,
it's
right?
evening.
So,
Yes.
she's already met. I've already met with the with Vivienne, the
Vivian.
Porte mage, and set up hopefully a meeting for the morning. I will have to try to get see if Nanette can meet in the morning. and I don't know about anything else that's going on. That is correct? Like, Nanette had mentioned
You
that she was gonna
know,
have dinner with him or something, but I don't remember if
right?
I was even
Yeah,
there for that, or if I'd already
you
pieced.
were.
Okay.
You were there when she said that. So she knows that that's what's happening.
Okay.
Because it was a point of, and now you're having dinner with him, and
Oh, that's right.
this
That's
is
right.
happening.
She was
She
Yeah.
mentioned Nanette mentioned she was going to invite him to dinner at the time, and
and
then
yeah,
Ace left.
as an apology. Yeah,
Yeah.
and Ace
As
wasn't
a,
buying it.
sorry, I murdered a man in your room.
Yeah, well, yeah, I Ace
That was a
found that dubious at best, but she I mean, might not be wrong, but dubious at best. Ace is I am up in the room. I am trying to actually get a good night's sleep was my intention, as the night before when I had intended to get a good night's sleep. There was a bunch of tromping around, and I got called up to, and then had to, then we did watches and all that shit. So, and when she did sleep, she slept on the sofa. So she was hoping to get a good, mattressed night of rest, and she is finding it I am finding it very difficult to sleep. um Tossing, turning, um probably smoked a few pipes by now, trying to fall asleep. um
She's got the pipe with a bunch of ash around it
yeah,
or
yeah, there's
whatever.
just a little pile where I've had to like scrape out the bowl, and
Yeah.
I'm just like, well, you know what I mean. um
installed.
and yeah, and just, burn matches and shit like that. I think she is going to try to head back to the ship. She's gonna
Okay.
take a long walk through town to try to tucker herself
Mhm.
out, and she'll just, if she gets back to the inn, it's fine. She paid for the night. If not, she's bringing her stuff with her, and she's just gonna sleep in her cot, or in her, because
On the
maybe
ship.
she prefers the hammock. So
Mhm. Okay. Cool. So yeah, our picture will be on her room at the Sassy Sextant with her in it. And we see the pipe and it's all black and white. And then we kind of zoom in, color starts to bleed into the room. And we start to smell the pipe smoke that has been smoked in the room. Smells like pipe smoke
little
and
cherry wood in
any
there.
liquor. Yeah, it's nice actually. I love to smell pipe smoke, but trust me. Um, and yeah, and color starts to fade in, and I guess we're gonna catch Ace heading out for her walk,
Yeah,
deciding that
yeah,
she's been
she's
restless.
muttering. She's muttering around. She's like, "Fucking, just fucking sleep." she's like pulling on her boots real angrily. And she's like, "Why can't I sleep? I hate this." So, but yeah, she's gonna get it. She's gonna shove her shit in the bag. She's gonna
All right.
head out, and if she sees anybody that she saw earlier, she'll be like, "Oh, hey."
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Exactly that. I
She's
guess.
gonna, like when you're in a bar and you kind of you and you're there long enough, because she was there for a while waiting for somebody to show up about the Porte ad.
Yeah.
So she was there for a
Mhm.
while and probably made small talk with some people. Then she passes them by again because they're still sitting there. And she's like, "Oh,
All right.
Jojo,
Hey, what's up?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, fuck
Yeah.
you, yeah, bye."
Bye.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. All right. So we're kind of clear. So this is kind of going to be for all four of you,
Okay.
I guess. Trying to figure out what are y'all imagining you three have told Ace about the meeting and what's happening?
Nothing. I don't think we said any.
Y-
Like
y'all
we
told him.
We haven't had a chance to contact Ace.
yeah. I
Uh,
bolted,
We have no
Yeah.
idea where she
Mhm.
is.
The
and they
last
don't
time,
care.
the last time that Ace talked to anybody of the group, it was Andreas, and that was to say, hey, depending on how these next couple of days turn out, I'm potentially going.
That's right.
I might be leaving to go serve on the
The Sapphire Dawn.
the Sapphire Dawn.
Yep.
To which Andreas respected her decision, and because he's not going to chain anybody to his boat.
All Ace wants is somebody to go, "No, you're not fucking going anywhere." And everybody's like, "Okay, bye."
We
let me
respect
rephrase the
your
question.
autonomy.
Yeah.
God forbid, we respect autonomy in this game.
No. It's perfectly fine. But she's just that kind of person that's like, I need to feel useful. And
mean, we could be
my mom is
Vidachi.
like, hey, come and join us. And I'm like, oh, it feels nice to be wanted.
We could be a Vidachi prince and treat you like a sorte mage.
I mean, you guys are making it a thing. It's not a thing. It's just it's a
Oh my
personal
gosh, you
little
guys.
thing.
Do you want to be treated like a Monte noble child and just
Oh my
kept in a
God.
little
No.
cage your
No,
entire
you
life?
know what? No, I
All
didn't
right,
grow up in
all
an
right.
orphanage.
Wow, there's a throwback.
That no one understands. But yeah.
So let's be on the track here.
Sorry.
Okay, so let me focus on the three of you then. Is there anyone on the Prophet's Green Thea that knows where the hell you are other than yourselves?
Tomas probably knows. Tomas was there when Ninette wrote the invitation.
Okay. So Tomas, which we can assume Charles then does.
Yes.
All right.
Because they're attached at the hip. Platonically.
Andreas would probably tell Keg where to reach him in case something happens with the boat.
Okay. All right. Excellent. Okay. So Keg, Charles, and Tomas have some idea where y'all are at. Perfect. All right.
Cool. This is going. This line of questioning has me
Yeah.
very concerned.
Yeah.
Yep.
Is that a halo? It says ding.
Danny,
It's really whether or not can Ace get the information to find you if she needs to. That's what I'm taking it as.
Yeah, that's kind of what it is. But,
and-
just let them sweat a little bit if they're going to take it that way.
It is Ace's fault that she doesn't know, and so I am aware of that. So it was not it was not the burden of anybody else to tell her. So.
Right. No, I just want to, because then what's going to happen, you said you're going to try to go back to the ship.
Yeah, because she's like, she's had some time to cool off and think about it, and she has things that she wants to say, but she also she can't sleep. So just to give you an idea of the way that Ace structures her fucked up head. On the surface, it's I fucking can't sleep. I'm gonna go sleep in my hand because I know I can. Below that, though, that is a justification for I need to talk to people and we shouldn't be apart. And I was an asshole, so I'm going to go back. But it's really I just need to get some good sleep. So
okay. So you arrive. Of course, it's evening. You see kind of the evening crew there. People are still working, trying to get stuff done. Lamps are lit. It's dusk, obviously, getting nighttime and everything. And when you get on the ship, you kind of go up the gangplank. You can hear Keg's voice, somewhere on the deck. Familiar. And looking around, just as background, if necessary, you do see the outline of Charles and Tomas very close along one of the, standing out on one of the railings. They appear to not be as on the outs as they once were.
As they
a
once
little bit
were.
ago this morning.
Sure.
This morning.
Sure. Interesting. Were they fighting at breakfast?
Yes.
Yes, because you sent the note last night, right? Okay.
Mhm.
So
And Charles was not happy
yes.
with
Yeah.
Tomas doing porte, regardless of the reason.
Right. Well, if hearing Keg's voice, I'm going to see the boys kind of sidled up next to one another. I am loath to interrupt their time, and somebody should get time, so let them have it. So
y'all living vicariously through Charles and Thomas.
We're all living vicariously through Charles and Thomas. They're so cute and wholesome. yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm
We
gonna
are
go.
messes. We are hot messes. They're cute and wholesome. We're hot
Yeah.
messes.
Yeah. They clearly have their shit together. And then, yeah, I'm gonna go to Keg and be like, "Hey, old man.
Hey.
Well, you know, how's it going? How's the repairs happening?
Well, they're
Everything
moving
okay?
along like we expect. The
Slow?
captain and you're yeah. Well, they're no Veston crew. I'll say that.
Yeah. There's not a crew like a Vesson crew. I'll say that. Yeah.
The captain and Messina. Oh, what does he call them? Rospo, right?
Rospo, yeah.
Rospo.
Yep.
Rospo, that's his name.
Captain
from
Rospo. What does Nanette have
Yeah.
a trade name? Has Keg given her a trade name?
Wait,
Just
I don't
Purser.
think she has one. Yeah.
Prospo.
No, Ross.
Prospero.
Oh, and Rospo.
And a purse. No.
Yeah.
And
just the person.
and Miss Primver have gone for their meeting.
Their meeting? They had a meeting without me?
Well, not amongst themselves.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Oh. With
Yeah. Your face says it all, probably.
Well, I mean, at least they all went. That's better than just the one going.
Right.
You know. One of them will interrupt something, I'm sure. And not let them drug her and drag her off or something, right? Right?
I'm pretty sure not. No.
They say
uh,
where? By any chance?
and he'll tell you where. The Silver Plate.
Silver Plate
Restaurant.
Cool.
Restaurant.
Well, sounds fancy. I'll be below decks.
Alright.
And yeah, so I'm gonna be like, meh, 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 and I'm gonna go downstairs. I'm gonna put on a good show of it. I'm gonna go downstairs. I'm gonna put my stuff down in my little hidey hole, and probably give it like 15 minutes, and then I'm gonna come back up on deck. I'll be like, oh,
Okay.
I forgot something. I forgot something at the sexton. I'll be back later. And
Cool.
I wander off.
You're not so you're just gonna play it casual then when you leave.
Yeah. Piss. I left, so many things. I left like the Gideon's Bible.
So many
I left
things.
all this shit.
I didn't even take the small shampoo. I mean,
Yeah,
shit,
what the fuck
wrong
was I
with me?
thinking? I brought a washcloth back with me. That's not true raider behavior. I'm betraying my heritage. But yeah, I'm gonna play it casual, and I'm just gonna be like, I got a pipe. I'm smoking my pipe. I've got my hands shoved into the pockets of my coat, and I'll be like, say bye, and that's anytime I do that, that's me speaking in Vesson to other Vesson people, and you guys just
Okay,
don't
cool.
speak it, so it's like and we part ways.
There you go. All right, cool. All right. So we'll come back to Ace. All right, let's go Gianni and Andreas. Where have you taken up space? What was y'all's plan to be nearby?
I
We
think
have a
it
plan?
was. I think
Did we?
my plan.
I don't know. Did you?
This is awesome.
My
I haven't
idea-
not planned in so long.
It's great.
No
isn't it?
plans, only chaos.
Back in my element.
Right? I don't know. This actually feels right. The door to the private room is right over there. Curtain or door?
Curtain.
Perfect. So we could sit like closer to the curtain.
Okay.
That way,
Or just-
that way we can listen into the juicy gossip.
No, if I want
Juicy.
to. I don't know if I want to hear anything.
All right, I'll be the
Gianni's
one
like
closest.
that kid. That's dangerous.
I will be closer to the door than you that way, or to the curtain.
I'm watching
Mhm.
Fate lines and not really paying attention to whatever might be going on specifically in that room, but lines that might lead into that room.
Mhm.
And so I'm just sitting
Okay.
there with my deck in my hand, watching people.
Andreas
Mhm.
is going to order dinner for them.
Mhm.
Good
Oh yeah,
meal.
this is one of those places where you get what the chef has made in courses. Yeah.
Sorry.
Enjoy your meal, jerks.
Says the person who can now taste their meal.
Not yet, but soon. Maybe. We'll see.
All right. Cool. All right. Yeah. You all can. I'll say y'all managed to finagle at table, pretty close.
Andreas
You
tips
know.
them.
Mm-hmm.
Tips them well enough that they shift a table close enough.
Yeah. I mean, if you give them enough money, I mean, they'll do it. I mean, that's how that works. So, yeah. Okay. Meanwhile, we are in this room. It is kind of like a half circle alcove, mostly. This place, this little area that you have been seated in. The curtain, kind of a silvery curtain, leading into the area. A little bit open, but not much. The table and the chairs are there. Behind you are windows, looking out onto the street, all of that, the lights and all of that. Very quiet. It's one of those places that has a fucking harpist somewhere, playing, you know, all that stuff. Yes. And
I outdid
yeah,
myself.
you did. And Dubois had already been there, of course, as a reminder when you walked into the room, into the little alcove, and he had wine ready there.
Has he already
And
poured it out of curiosity, or did you just have a bottle of wine?
oh, he'd
No
already
reason at all.
started. He had a glass of wine poured for himself already. And when you arrived, he had offered, to pour you as well. If nothing but to keep up appearances for yourself. So he'll offer to pour the wine for you. And then of course you had the little conversation that and he said, yeah, I'm here whereas I have been requested to offer this meeting, and in exchange I'll be able to tell you what it is that they are looking for on the Carnival.
When is Monsieur Villanova expecting us? I suppose I should ask.
Well, we can set up a time that's convenient, of course, within the next day, I'd assume.
The only thing I can do is pass along his message. He is staying at the self-same place, I imagine.
Oh, he's been moving around. Business to
Oh,
take care of course.
Well, I'm sure I can find you if I need to pass along the
Oh,
word.
always.
Was
Always.
this, and she sort of gestures at him dressed up, which is weird. Was this your idea or Monsieur Villanova's?
Oh, this outfit. Well, I hadn't been to a establishment like this in quite some time, believe it or not. I thought, why not take advantage? You like it, no? I've had it for quite a while. It does look very good on him. It's obviously of Montaigne make of some kind.
Ninette sort of appreciates it with the same laissez-faire appreciation that she has for everything these days.
For everything else.
pleasing. Was
Well,
there anything else?
that was it, although I am curious why you invited me. I mean, it worked out for myself, of course, passing along my message, but I did not contact you first. So what do I owe the pleasure?
I was being polite. You showed me a great kindness in Labuka, an empathy I wasn't expecting, and I figured I could at least treat you to a meal. I have no ulterior motives. Unfortunately.
Really? A Montaigne with no ulterior motives.
Monsieur, I
And he's kind of just
understand.
giving you this look, like,
We've both left Charus for reasons our own, Monsieur Dubois. There's no need
True.
to play the games of Montaigne politics here. In the Commonwealth, especially.
They are sort of in our blood, though. In a way.
Well, we can be better than our blood, I suppose. If we put in the effort. I'll be frank.
Totally.
I'm not... Oh, go ahead.
No, please. And I'll, like, lift up his wine and drink as listening to you.
I've no interest in what Giovanni Villanova wants. It's not good. It's Villanova. Curious, however, what you want. Is it the same?
All right. How are you trying to pry this information out of him? Just
Asking
camaraderie?
politely.
Yeah, okay, camaraderie.
No, just-
so we're
She's
Um,
just making...
asking.
Yeah, she's just asking. There's...
All right. So I guess the question is to whether or not I'm going to make you roll for it. Does she care if he answers or not and answers truthfully, or is this smart talk? Like, is she trying to get him to say something, or is she just saying that and not really attempting to try to get him to say something?
She's sort of... She doesn't really care if he's gonna tell her a truth or a lie at this point. She would appreciate the truth. She expects a lie.
Mm-hmm.
It's just mostly her gauging him.
Okay. All right, cool. So then do wits and notice
Empathy?
then, because
Empathy.
you can
Oh.
sure you can do empathy, and what this is for is gauging his answer, like trying to pull what you can from what he says. So go ahead. You'll need one for the action, and I'll give you a little piece of information for every raise. And just to make it interesting, I'm going to use one of my dangers. So 15 for raises, please.
Three raises with one die left over.
3 raises? Let me see. All right. All right. So, what he says as he's drinking his wine is, I think we've already discussed at least a little bit of what I want out of life, but I'm under no preconceptions at this point that that's going to happen. Other than that, I'm just trying to survive, just like anyone else would, and perhaps have a good time while I am doing so. And what you gauge from that is you got 3 raises. You got 3 total. All right. So I'll give you 2 bits of information from this. One is that this probably, you're pretty sure, not the full truth. And secondarily, in that, just watching while he's talking and having seen him a few times and, actually sat next to him a couple times, etc., you do gather that there is a bit of like nervous energy. It's very subtle. It's very subtle Montaigne nervous energy where it's like tapping a finger against his glass, like just a little bit too much, that sort of thing. Where it's just this kind of underscore of like perhaps anxiety or nervousness or something in that realm. So you gather those 2 things. That he's not telling the whole truth. You don't suspect all this is a lie, but you don't suspect that he's not telling you everything. And secondarily, that there is underneath some kind of nervousness or anxiety. Is that what you were after?
Somewhat. I merely wanted to offer you the same thing that you have done for me. Help, should you need it.
Oh, I haven't forgotten that you still owe me a favor, Sherry.
Outside of that...
Outside of that,
you talked
I
to
am
in
touched
Labuka.
then.
Oh, well. In Labuka, you talked me off ledge. Of a proverbial ledge. And I would like to make sure that you are not on one yourself.
None that I haven't been standing on for a long time.
As you wish. You know where to find me, should you need to. As much as I am loath that I cannot while away the evening in your company, I suppose I have a message to deliver. We don't want to keep Monsieur Giovanni waiting.
Oh, of course not. Though it's a shame you're not going to stay for this dinner. I heard the chef is quite exceptional.
I'm afraid I've lost my appetite.
Well then, bonne nuit.
Please, enjoy yourself. It is on me.
I intend to.
And,
Okay,
she stands up and leaves, or moves to leave.
okay. Yeah. He'll watch you go, having delivered his message. Alrighty. Okay, cool. So, Ace, you're walking. Are you walking back to your inn, to the Silver Plate, around, just randomly?
I am definitely not walking back to the Sassy Sextet. I did take all of my things.
Okay.
I don't know this town at all. I know jolly fuck all about Phoenixoa, or however you say it. So I'm just wandering around. I did not say this when I kicked around for 15 minutes debating over how I was going to leave. I left all of my guns in my, by the way. I am gunless at the moment. So I am just walking and hoping that I am whistling a tune that I have heard Gianni play before, and I'm like, well, if fate and all that and Lady Fortuna want me to find them, I will find them. If
Mhm.
she doesn't, then I'm going for a walk and smoking my pipe. And I will head
Sweet.
back to the ship if I don't see anything. But
Okay.
I'm keeping my eye out because I am Ace McCanson and I have the eyes of a fucking god. So
Yes, exactly.
So-
Awesome. Cool. All right. So
oh
Gianni and Andreas.
1 sec.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Rue
Go ahead.
had something.
Yeah, go ahead.
for the record, Ace has no idea what Giovanni Villanova looks like.
Okay.
So even if I
So she
did
walked
see
by
him,
him. It would be like,
even if I did see him,
You
I
may
would.
have seen him at
I
the
may have.
Count's murder.
I may
party.
have. I was a little distracted
And very
with a face and some tits at that party. So what
and
you
very
know?
inebriated.
And a what?
And very inebriated.
I was, but you know, Ace can still see when she's drunk. She may not walk straight, but she can see everything and make up all kinds of
Yeah.
scenarios. Anyway, yeah.
yeah. Okay, cool. All right. So, Gianni and Andreas, you've been seated. And are you trying to? I know Gianni said he was kind of watching threads and stuff like that. What is Andreas doing? Is he trying to listen in? Is he trying to just be there?
I think
What's
Andreas.
happening?
I think Andreas is just trying to be there, and he is trusting Nanette, and kind of hoping that she doesn't betray them. I mean, he has his doubts in, but I think one of the things he looks over at Gianni, who's been messing. I'm guessing, is he like fidgeting with his sorte deck?
Oh, definitely.
And Andreas goes, "Can I draw one?"
Sorry, are you certain you want to?
Yes.
I reach to my deck and hold it out to him.
And I draw the one on the top,
What is it?
the Ace of Swords.
Ooh.
No, I had been shuffling this. That's why I kept looking down.
Yeah.
Not the worst card to draw.
I don't know what it means, but
Well, let's start off with the simple way to look at it. So the swords is wind. Sword is also, when you think of the element of wind, it is of the mind. So you're dealing with something that you're thinking about, single-mindedness, but logically. Now, the Ace of Swords is always the sword held in victory. It's always held in the air by a single hand. Which, at the same time, set your for counterattack. It is. It's both a warning and saying that you are very triumphant. But it's it. I actually did this card with Ace. First card that Ace ever drew with me as well.
All right. Okay, go ahead. Continue. If
no,
Gianni
I mean,
has more to say about that card.
But so, wind, the mind, sword raised in victory, but it is a ace. It is a new beginning. It is always new ideas, new plans, especially because it is the Ace of Swords. You're dealing with the concept of new plans. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's always easier to work with card when you approach it from that direction. You know, think of the suit first, then the number, then look at the picture, see how it guides you.
Yeah.
Say that the swords would have a very specific place for you. Because you seem to be one who does think a bit.
Yeah, I've had a lot on my mind since Labuka and even Charus.
It makes sense based on what I've already drawn myself tonight. I drew 10 of cups,
Mm-hmm.
2 of wands. Wands is fire.
Oh,
Yeah, but passion. Not always physical passion, although a lot of people like to use it for that. But nonetheless, it's that to act without thinking, using your gut. I often like to tell people when it comes to the wands, it is like striking a tinder. But a 2. Duality. And so, do we see that? Of course, yeah. It can often mean, again, planning. 2 of wands is always usually because you're asking yourself, which way are you going to go with your gut? Are you going to be hesitant? Are you going to, are you going to just act? And the last one, after I drew the 2 of wands, what did I draw?
I think I saw a knight on it, wasn't it?
I mean,
Yeah, doesn't matter.
yeah.
You get the idea. Sorry, I'm rambling. Too much going on.
Yes. Yeah. No, that's why
Watching all the lines.
I was hoping that maybe there would be some guidance there for me. Who knows?
Watch for a new beginning.
I hope we have.
All right, at that point, you see Nanette come out. They're sitting right there, so I don't know if you're gonna.
She was just gonna, as she's like lifting the curtain and leaving, was just going to say, "It is a. You look fetching tonight, monsieur. It's a shame about this evening, but perhaps we'll have another Labuka in our future." Then she
Hopefully, a more pleasant one than last time.
hopefully with less everything else complications.
I can drink to that, and he does.
Really looking forward to that meal.
Yeah. Whoops.
Okay,
Okay, so yeah, they're sitting not too far, and Nanette comes up to the table.
Grace is on the soup.
You're about maybe halfway through the courses.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Um.
It's fantastic. I mean, the food is really, really good.
I expected you to take a bit longer.
No, he made a cardinal mistake and mentioned business before dessert, so we should leave.
Oh. Andreas tosses some extra guilders on the table and wipes his face, wipes his mouth off with a napkin, and gets up.
Okay, cool. So you're gonna kind of pay up and
Yeah.
then leave. Okay.
Pay for their meals.
Cool.
Well, before we leave, she'd also like to request a dessert package to be sent over to the Lindenberries and Twig for the staff there, who have been nothing but kind, and she understands that she may have been a little bit of a Karen, you know, a little bit demanding. So hopefully they can enjoy some of these legendary desserts at the Silver Plate, was it?
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Perfect. They're happy to do
Andreas watches the dessert cart go by with all of his favorites on it.
that.
A single tear falls from his eye, and then it continues going.
No, can we take a few of those to go as well? Just
Oh, of course. And yeah, I mean, if you pay them, they'll
merci.
wrap them up all fancy and crap. You know.
Everything said about this place is absolutely true. This was a lovely visit. I'm just sorry business called us away elsewhere so soon. I'd have to come back another day.
Of course, we'll be happy to see you.
Turn on that
And she's
charm.
like, bye. Yeah, okay, cool. So, you have sent stuff over to the Lingonberries and Twig, and you have desserts to bring back wherever you're going. And the three of you are going to leave the restaurant.
Definitely.
Okay. All right. Gianni, what's and notice, please.
Yay. And first, time to roll this. So, ooh. That is going to be 3 with no leftover.
Okay, perfect. That's plenty. You recognize someone whistling a tune somewhere that you whistle a lot, hum a lot.
Slight Innish accent to that whistle.
No, not at all. It's I'm not from Ennismore. I'm not from Ennismore.
Oh,
I am
Holy
absolutely
shit.
not.
An
Get the hell out of here.
right? All Avalonians sound the same, apparently, right?
Is
didn't
that
say
so?
that.
Is that
I
so?
didn't say that.
Is that so, Vadachi?
After season 1, I'm not saying that.
I mean, can you whistle in an accent?
No, I'm big-
No,
I'm big
he's
silly.
being a
Is that a
dick.
thing?
You are a bard, right, Gianni? You
Technically.
do like sing songs and shit, right?
Oh,
You
yeah.
play your little concertina.
Of
Okay.
course.
Our first 2 ships we were on, that's how I paid for it. So.
That's what I thought. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's what I thought.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's a very familiar tune to you.
It's probably
I mean,
a very familiar whistle. Ace is a whistler.
Mhm.
Just nice and irritating.
I whistle harmony.
Yeah. Ace, it's not that hard to hear that. Somebody coming in, whistling along with you.
I pause and I whistle a little bit more,
Mm-hmm.
looking for a call and answer.
Is this,
Uh,
we birding now?
yeah, we're doing the whistle call from Hunger Games.
My
So-
heart was a
There you go.
lovely song.
Yeah, do you start
Andreas starts
Yeah.
singing the song just without thinking because it's one of his favorites. Gianni performs.
Yeah. It's not too far to find each other that way.
Okay,
You see the three of them. Yeah.
Rospo? Okay, and I see them. Okay, cool.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
will
You're
wander.
walking towards it,
You will
and
see.
eventually
You will see a very like hunched shoulder, skulking looking character, and if y'all are visible, I don't know what the lighting situation is in this place in the
I mean,
evening,
it's
but-
evening, lights. It's
so there's
it's
like
a
lanterns
nighttime-
outside of doors and stuff.
Yeah, and it's fairly lit because this is like a restaurant
Oh.
area. Like it's where people hang out in the
Oh,
evening.
it's like
so
the
there are
promenade.
definitely. Yeah, there's definitely like lights along the street, and
Okay.
the shop and the restaurants and bars and pubs and things have their lights, and stuff like that.
Okay, then I will approach and I will Hi. Hello. Hi. Hello.
What a coincidence.
Brad, Dr. Scott, Rocky. No, just kidding.
Rocky.
Ace, up for it's a meal. This would be
No, I was just walking. This looks like a nice place. Do you all have dinner together? That's nice.
Same restaurant.
Does Annette make that face? Oh my god.
Not so
This
much
could
together.
could not be any more awkward, and I'm here for it.
Not so much a meal either.
Yeah, I only got through half the courses. They were fantastic though.
Oh, nice.
My apologies. We should keep moving. Maybe towards the ship.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I will follow.
Andreas will just kind of just pop out of it. How did the meeting go?
To Nanette,
Probably.
I assume. Yeah. Okay.
What was that?
It went terribly.
I said that's. Oh, terribly.
Terribly.
His associate would like to meet with us.
Which one?
The one that matters.
Oh.
Yeah, yes, the... I don't want to say his name. It's, it's kind of like Voldemort. You don't want to say his name because it just
Oh.
summons him.
Oh yes, I got to read
Voldemort?
those. I read those books when I was younger.
Oh god, don't say they exist in this one. Anyway,
The line which
They won't if
order?
I
No,
have
stop it,
anything
stop
to
it,
say
stop.
about it.
It was,
Absolutely not.
it was derivative and
no.
School for sorcerers.
That's beside the point. That's
So-
beside the point.
When you say it, so okay, so I'm a little thick, miss, but they both kind of matter. Do you mean the one that's here, or the one that's
The
not
one that is
supposed-
here, yes.
The
But
one that we know is here.
the one that is pulling the strings, most certainly.
and
Not the actual strings, but like the puppeteering strings. Just for clarification, because we've been over this.
The fate strings, if you
Not,
will.
not
you-
the fate strings, technically, because
Not
the
the-
other one pulls the fate strings.
not the
Oh,
fate
this
strings,
is-
but
this
the fate
is-
strings.
Why do I look for you people? I don't. Anyway, okay. Should
You
we
figure it out. Tell me.
could
You figure
yeah,
that
right? Out of here. No, did you give an answer?
Only that I would function in much the same way that he was, as a messenger. To let the rest of you know. Felt very much like a trap, but
Oh, yeah, probably. I mean,
I think you need to mention what he offered in return, unless Nanette is going to keep that to
I mean, we
herself.
can, is this something that we should talk about in the open, or should we wait till we get back
no,
to the
no.
ship?
This is something I would like to talk about. Maybe, I mean, not even on the ship, but probably not in the.
I have a room.
Where?
It's a. I mean, okay, it's not a place that you would normally find yourself. I promise, but it's clean and it's affordable and it's. I can't even really say it's comfortable. It's called the Sassy Sextant. It's just it's a little hole in the wall, but they had rooms and I needed somewhere to go. Yeah,
Just do in a pinch. Let's.
There's no one there. I mean, I spent a lot of time in the bar and I didn't see anybody suspect. I don't mention that I don't know what Giovanni Villano. But it doesn't seem like the sort of place where people like that would hang out. You're going to look quite out of place there, but alas, it is.
I
This is
mean,
what-
isn't that dancing fancy, really? I mean, does she look?
She's
She looks-
trying to. Goddamn,
a-
rude.
an attempt at Sarmatian fancy because she doesn't have her wardrobe handy.
So
Oh no, that's reasonable.
fuzzy.
Yeah, she's like,
fur.
this looks expensive. Put it on me. Was
Mhm.
how she got dressed today.
That's all she did. Yeah,
Furs.
she just saw a price tag and was like, "That's acceptable."
That doesn't look like garbage that I expect out of the Commonwealth. No, just
So it would be a silhouette that none of us had really seen her in, which is Andres would probably give her a compliment about she looks good.
Looks very democratic, socialist.
ugh.
Yeah.
I'm like am I a freedom fighter now? Ugh.
Jeez. Okay, so you guys are gonna go to the sassy sextant, then?
Yeah. Yeah.
The Ace's room. Okay, yeah, easy enough to get back there. Get up to the room that you had for the evening.
Yeah. So I assume there's a bed and a couple chairs.
Mhm.
Nothing fancy. She hastily, like a teenager inviting a new friend over, is like sweeping up her
Sweeping everything
pipe
up.
ash and is like straightening the bed and stuff and
Kick stuff under it, you know.
yeah, she's just tidying up a little bit from the way that she left it because she was pretty frustrated when she walked out. So, and like I said, it's safe enough. Her eyes do glance over to the Davis, who I assume is present. But I say nothing. But after some of the stuff that Nanette said about not wanting to talk on the ship and things like that, I didn't know. So
No,
Mhm.
this is fine. I was hoping to do this at dinner, but we have some desserts. So, I might turn inside out after I try this. So I would rather let it be among friends, and I'm gonna activate that Arcana and just go to fucking town on these desserts.
okay, so
Yeah.
so the glyph hath been activated.
Yeah. You can taste him now. Absolutely. That's blocking whatever's happening there.
Andreas immediately, when he sees Nanette just go to town on all the other like confectionaries, grabs the cranberries with sugar and cream on top and is like, yum.
So I was not expecting that to come back all at once or so quickly, and it is suddenly very bright and colorful. And ooh, right. I don't know how long I have with this. Dubois seemed different. He had an energy about him that I expected of a Montaigne party, which, I would expect that of him, but we are no longer in Montaigne, and it felt uncomfortably familiar.
What are you trying to say?
Like he was not comfortable being there.
Okay, that's concerning. He seems remarkably comfortable everywhere.
Well, exactly, that's why I thought it was odd.
That is odd.
Well, I mean, to be fair, Nanette, I don't know if Nanette's going to say. I mean, it wouldn't have been obvious to most people, but you'd seen him enough times and you're familiar enough with how Montaigne emotion expressing works that you were able to pick it up. So,
Sure.
I mean, if
Exactly.
the other three had been there, they probably wouldn't have picked it up.
Well, much like the fables, sooner or later the grasshopper has to live with the actions it's done so far.
And having something well, let's just say it, evil with its claws in you is often disconcerting.
Yes, tell me about it. What?
Are you okay?
Davis raises an eyebrow.
Nanette,
Just-
are you
just
all right?
a-
Do you need to
A
sit?
well arched eyebrow at that.
It's just a lot of things at once. It smells awful in here. Wow, how can you not smell how awful it smells up
I'm
here?
sorry, that might be me.
Oh.
That's sorry.
I mean, I tried to
the only one that-
fumigate with pipe smoke. I apologize if that's what's bothering you.
That's what it is. Just,
I am sorry that you
no.
don't like the smell of the pipe.
no, it's just a lot all at once.
I'm gonna open a
look,
window. Is that all right?
I've been a right ass, but okay, wait. Let me go back a few steps. All right.
Nanette's on a
Dubois.
little sensory overload.
Yeah,
here.
this is a lot. It's like having the world be sepia toned and then suddenly not. And then she's like,
Yeah.
"The fuck?
Okay.
What the fuck am I wearing?" Ugh.
Then the
My
rest of us are going to
thoughts,
sit quietly and wait for her.
Okay, all right. Yes, dinner. Dubois had
No.
he wanted to pass along the message that Monsieur Villanova wants to meet us, and if we
Ace closes
agree
the
to
window.
do so, they can share what they are going after, which,
We know what they're going after.
well, there's something specific on the carnival that they want.
Why would they tell us that?
Well, I have a number of theories, but
I'm just. I mean, your theories have proven true more than I would like to admit, probably. But it. Why would like? I don't understand why that would be a bargaining chip for us. I mean, like I feel like it's like throwing us a bone. Like, they think that we're dumb enough that we'll just chomp at it. But I don't think that it benefits us knowing what they want. Does it? We can't do anything with it.
I suppose not. What my leading
The
theory,
Davis
if you
is
will
over
take-
there in the corner, and then Davis goes, "You don't know that."
There's something clearly of great power that they want. Whether it is Silent Death that wants it or his father, we don't know. But I'm starting to believe that they cannot do it themselves. They either lack the resources or the power or something. I'm mystified that they haven't gotten it already. They had such a head start on us. Whatever
mean,
it
you
was
do
should be
make
in
a
their hands
point.
already.
You do make a good point.
Giovanni may be hedging his bets.
I would think that. Mainly because
He's a
Vadachi politics is a little like Montaigne. If everybody could carry daggers and get away with stabbing each other. I suspect, personally, that Silent Death, and this would be the fear, not the fear. Villanova would think that Silent Death would be willing, if whatever they're after is powerful enough, to use that to claim Villanova's throne.
So he wants his own ace, just in case.
Possibly,
And-
or he could want me.
I was gonna say that's another thing. From everything I've heard about the Vadachi when it comes to when it comes to the Strega, they put such effort into controlling them that Silent Death is something that Villanova might, while he might not outwardly do it, might inwardly fear, which is an uncontrolled Strega, one that has not been conditioned and beaten down.
And I don't want to be impolite saying this to myself, but I wonder if I get a bit of reputation because I won't kill.
Who knows that though?
Yeah, your friends will.
And most everybody who's ran into me. I don't know.
Well, I mean, either way, they're not. I think we can all agree. I hope that they're not getting Gianni, and that until we have a satisfactory trap to use Gianni as bait in, we're not doing it. Like, as long as like, I don't even want to do that. But is what I'm saying is if they want you, Gianni, then I mean, there's a saying in my father's homeland, tough tits, and that's just not happening.
Well, worst comes to worst, I do have, and I offer this up. I mean, yes, I'm very thankful that you value me, value my friendship with you. But I am a rogue in my own way, and I can, in most cases, get away. That's part of what I do. And I'm not even talking skill. I'm talking that I can actually arrange the fate to always get away.
What if Silent Death can arrange the fate so you can't get away?
That's the one person I would worry about that with.
And that's why I mean, I'm not your captain. I don't have any power here. And I know Andreas enough that he respects personal autonomy, and if you want to do that, if you want to go to them and find out whatever you want to find out, I mean,
You shouldn't go alone, of course. This is far too dangerous. It smells like a trap.
Oh, it probably is.
At the
But
same
like I
time,
said,
information is power.
it's the one I must think very hard on it. Because I don't really want to, but I want to.
but Nanette, they Villanova did not, or the offer was for all of us to meet. Correct? Yes. Okay. Well, then you won't be alone, at least for that. But it may require. I don't know. I don't know. It's making me think that even back on Labuka, that it was you that they wanted to probably see, and not the rest of us. Which is fine. I mean, out of all the people
The invitation was for
Everyone.
the lot of us. So
I just I don't know what benefit we gain because I understand that information is power. I get that. I don't think we can trust anything that they tell us. They don't have to tell us the truth about anything. I don't want us to lose sight of that. That, I mean, okay, let's say they do need Gianni or us or something. They that doesn't make, well, it doesn't make sense for Silent Death to want to do that. Maybe Villanova. But Silent Death has been trying to kill us for 2 weeks. Pretty openly. Big storms, krakens. So if it was about needing us for something, or one of us, or some of us, it just seems a little odd for him. But if Villanova is pulling some shit, then, which she's always pulling shit, but you know what I mean. I don't know what benefit it would be for us to know what they're getting off the Carnival.
I think you're right. We have nothing to gain from meeting with them, except for a piece of information that may or may not be actual. But it may give us an opportunity to get close enough to Monsieur Villanova to Take the king off the chessboard.
Well,
Sever the strings of the puppet master.
That's question. How much? Who is playing who?
there are
Because
a lot of players on this board, Johnny.
I know, but between the two of them, who is playing who?
But that might be something we can find out with this.
Because
Not that I'm saying we should, but oh god, this. What is this? Is this chocolate thing?
Oh,
It's called a lava cake.
We imported that from
Applebee's.
from the Crescent Empire.
Applebee's.
It's and this is from the Chili's.
La
Chiles.
Chile.
It's very exotic.
Over here from
well,
BJ's
well,
House, you have a
Jordan
Pizookie.
Though I do have a
Sorry.
question. How much of that chocolate did you eat?
Oh no.
It's infused with Crescent coffee.
Yeah, it's gonna be out.
Oh, you're gonna be awake. Well, join the party.
But that's all
Okay.
right. It's fine.
Continuing, Gianni. Anyway.
Yeah.
we have two figures. One who has mastered a way with sorte that has never been done before. Is a captain, is completely out of anyone's grasp. And then you have Villanova, a man who has near legion of sorte mages able to wrap them up in magic. Between the two, it's a question of who is fighting, who is winning. But even worse, or even in my mind, I'm Villanova can see every move. Or no. Silent. That sees every move.
Gianni.
That's silent. Yeah, sorry.
You're Gianni. Rest, my child.
I think you are overthinking it, and
A little
again,
bit.
we won't know one way or another.
Was a place or a time set for this meeting, or was it just an
It
invitation?
was not. Monsieur Villanova is likely not staying at the same establishment as I am at the present.
Well,
But,
I mean, that's
we
good.
I can reach Monsieur Dubois if necessary to relay the message.
Okay. Well, I suppose. I mean, I are we in agreement that that is what we wish to do? Is meet with them and learn something?
I will say, as GM, don't feel like I'm expecting you to go one way or the other.
Oh no.
So just if you decide not to do it, that's fine. If you go and meet, that's fine as well.
I'm just trying to determine if the other.
Yeah, I just
are
wanted to make it clear because I didn't want you to think like, oh, I have to make sure my character wants to go to this meeting or something. You can feel free. This is not a story hinging sort of thing.
And
So.
as far as go ahead.
Thinking about how we have acted in the past, before we were more communicative, I would rather us arrange the meeting and go all of us than someone decide they want to learn answers on their own.
I agree with that.
I can respect that.
That was a bad example to set.
I agree. We should pose a united front. Everything about us aside, look, we can discuss that later. But at the moment, we don't have much to gain or lose from accepting their offer. But I am still hesitant to do so. I believe that Gianni's fears are warranted, and at the moment, I'm quite afraid of what Mr. Giovanni might do.
I have a question. I have a plan. if we do meet.
Okay, those are two things. Those are two different things.
Yes. I can make it to where we can take away a little bit from Silent Death, if it works. Not Silent Death. Villanova. Sorry. But it's going to cost me. Essentially, I will put it this way. I can make it to where we have a trump card.
Okay,
To a little-
spit it out.
Okay. There's so much to Sorte.
Okay.
But I will specifically...
Gianni,
listen-
you're rambling again.
Please!
Okay,
Please, this is...
important.
It's like I'm trying to... I have this encyclopedia before me, and I'm telling you one word. I would say, let me give one of you an ability. And that ability would keep him from being able to. And I don't, as a player, know how to describe this, but it would allow you to spend 1 hero point, and you would deny Villanova all access to spending danger points the entire scene.
I know. I was gonna say.
But
I know that
rude.
Arcana.
But you could not spend any hero points. So one of us would have to take that, in-game repercussion.
I have the least use of hero points out of everybody. To be quite honest, I don't want this ability, but I have the least use of hero points out of the party. So
Well-
above the table, it would probably make the
Yeah.
most useful sense for Ace to do it.
All right. So what you're suggesting is basically a way to keep him from being too dangerous, or not as dangerous as he could be.
Yes.
Essentially.
Yeah.
Going to.
It's the magician, and the power is called willful. And so, yeah, it's literally activate your virtue and target a villain. Until the end of this scene, you cannot spend hero points, and the villain cannot spend danger points.
Yeah.
So how does this work if you give it to somebody? Try what do you
I'm changing your virtue.
Virtue.
Kind of like
to
what
that.
he did for Nanette already.
Okay.
But just changing it to the magician
Okay, and it just
Right.
sits there until
until you activate it.
Right. And that means that neither one of you can do hero points, or he can't do danger points.
Yeah.
It's basically like he neutralizes kind of the
Right.
spiritual essence of somebody.
he
almost.
neutralizes Lady Fortuna for a scene.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a
Exactly.
hell of a thing to do in game.
Okay, well, all right, Gianni. So, well, I mean, okay, because I'm just trying to think of how that would have been said in character in terms of the world. Okay, if you think that that's something that needs to happen, then it can happen. If that's something that you want to do as a preparation for this, that's fine. But is that the extent of your plan? That far?
No.
Is that okay? Then
And
please
then
go on.
the other one is to pick one of us who, in the worst case scenario, could get away and save the rest of us.
Why don't we just have some of Leon's men close by, within screaming range?
Yeah, I mean, this plan is specifically just it's making me very nervous because
I deal in possibilities.
okay, let's deal with the possibilities later.
Okay.
Can we?
If Monsieur Villanova wanted to kill or capture us, earlier, he
He
could
could have done it.
He could have already done so.
I don't think any of us would be surprised to know that we don't necessarily pass without a trace anywhere we go. We're either fancy and throwing money about, or we're doing ridiculous sword things, or you're running around not killing people, or I'm insulting
You're
someone.
shooting krakens.
So it's I don't think this is a meeting to kill us. That seems that also that makes as little sense as offering us what they want on the carnival.
That's fair.
Okay. So let's not worry about that right now. Why don't we just decide to meet? I don't know if I know about this whatever's happening here with with the net and the eating things, because I don't think I was present for the glyph for that talk about, you'll be able to, I'm cutting off the other side. But based on context clues of what people have said, I'm going to say that I assume, Nanette, that this means that until this, whatever this is over, you can't contact Monsieur Dubois and ask him.
Oh, no, I don't need to rely on the place between for that. I will just send a messenger. And, Captain, if you ask Thomas to do it again, I will throw you in the place between.
You can try.
This is the Captain, shut your mouth. Sometimes you
not
just
the time to
sass
be
and it's
waving your stick
unnecessary.
around.
It's unnecessary. That is not how we don't need to be making. You're all acting like me, and I don't like it.
Okay. First of all, I'm sorry for a number of things. I needed to apologize properly. I didn't realize just how much the place between had taken from me until I see things a little clearer. I learned from Monsieur Antoine that it's usually a few things that remain, some very key principles. And for me, I discovered revenge and a desire to protect all of you. Two very strong and very dichotomous feelings, which resulted in me pushing a lot of you away. And I'm sorry for that. It was, I suppose, intentional, but not as kind as I should have done so. But Ace, if you pull a gun on me again, you had best use it. If you think I would do anything to hurt the crew, then you should use it, and not just run away like you did. You ran and hid. If you thought I was going to hurt the crew, you should have stayed with me and made sure I didn't hurt anyone. Stayed on the ship, but no, you just ran away by yourself. This cake is really
Andreas oh no. Andreas the Davis is watching all of this, like just watching.
What I'm trying to say is I'm sorry for how I acted, and I don't know how I'm going to act after this experiment wears off, and what the place between will take as punishment for this betrayal of the gift. But I'm apologizing in advance, and
Can they take?
not yet. I can still taste things.
But can
I
they
don't know
take?
how long this.
Can they take at will?
Yes.
How?
Well, I suspect it's partially through the deal I've made, and partially from the mark they have on me. It is in the place between. It feels like, well, a metaphorical ball and chain.
Okay.
But enough about me.
No,
I
no,
said
no,
a
no,
lot this morning, and this is.
I do have a bit to say. I just have 1 second. John, if your brain's going down the way that I think it's going, I would encourage that brain to go down that path. I'm just going to say that.
I think we're on the same brain bind, but I think it would take an open portal to see it. For you to see it.
Are we talking about fate lines?
Yes.
Are we talking about?
Are you talking
you
about
think?
trying to sever the fate line?
Yes. Well, and I wanted to propose doing it to me first before we try it on Tomas, but they have marked him in much the same way.
I wonder what will happen.
I mean, we can try it
I
on
am
you right
terrified to find out, but I don't think we'll be able to test it until this wears off, and a portal has been opened, which would make the line visible to you.
They can't control you, but the line
They-
should still be there. And I'll
They-
actually look through the site and see if there's a line.
But you
Okay,
haven't
roll
cut
your
off right now.
sorte.
Yeah, I'm cut
Yeah,
off right
you
now,
do.
so
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
When she isn't, you can, and I'll make you roll sorte for that when that happens.
I mean, do we
Uh,
know? Go ahead. No, please go ahead.
No. I was you're moving things along. Go ahead.
Thank you for that, Nanette. Do we know how long you have before?
we are
How long?
testing a theory.
How long do glyphs last? Or your
scene.
Arcana chain
It's a
last?
scene.
It's a scene, yeah.
So we
It's
would
a
probably
scene.
just have to trigger the end of the scene and go immediately
she'd
into
be
one
back.
where we see what it's like. Because
Mhm.
my understanding is above the table that you do not want to do this without people present, right?
Right.
This is not an
Yeah.
alone thing. Okay.
Yeah, I'm Nanette is very much unsure of what will happen after it wears off.
Mhm. All right.
Might go blind.
That doesn't. I don't. God, damn.
May I ask,
Please.
could we have another birthday mage present?
That reminds me.
What?
I was gonna see if you survived this, Nanette, if we could meet in the morning with a Vivienne. I have secured
Did you
another.
have a last name?
I don't recall. Roxanne doesn't remember. But yes, and it is. Insert here. We'll fix it in post. But I took the liberties, Captain. Apologies of seeking out a secondary sorte mage for the ship since Tomas is is unavailable. He's indisposed as far as the place between us concerned. So I looked
In
for.
more ways than one, waggle
Yeah.
eyebrows.
He's busy.
I thought perhaps looking for another to assist us at this time, and they seemed interested. But I said that we'd have to work out the details with you, Nanette, in the morning. Of course, before anything was final.
I see no issues with this. Like I said, I do not want Tomas taking any risks, and not having a porte mage who can actually use porte is a detriment, especially if we need to communicate with the Sapphire Dawn.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
The reason I ask is that, if I'm correct, we are all talking about severing the fate line between you and it.
With the fate line between the mark that it has left on me.
Yes.
Cut your porte out.
Just On the off
that's
chance.
what
It's-
Andreas
It
is
may
thinking.
make me completely unable to depart, and that's
Does that bother you?
well. I think we've also learned that there's more to Porte than the place between places.
But we would need somebody to be able to close the opening, is what I'm
Okay,
pointing out.
that's
Yes, yes.
we
So it
can
would
find her.
require a Porte mage who can open and close a portal. I don't think the size of the portal would matter. So even a small one, I suspect even Tomas could do it.
I know, but that's why I mentioned
I mean,
having another present.
So from this morning, the place in between retaliated against Tomas because you pissed it off. And honestly, from what I'm hearing, if we cut your strand to the place in between, you're going to have to cut Tomas's at the same time, or the place in between will retaliate against them. Against him.
Yes, exactly.
So this isn't. He's going to have to be there anyway, and we might have to have Vivian or
Well,
whoever is on the Sapphire Dawn do the opening and closing.
He may have some opportunity to consider this. We don't know the long-term effects of what severing that connection would do. I may not be able to get what was taken back at all. Ever. It might do something else. Might turn me inside out. These are all things I would like to test on myself first before I do that to Tomas.
Can we stop giving worst case scenarios in this conversation?
It's good to have a plan for those.
I just.
If you don't plan for the worst case, then what are you going to do if you have a worst case?
I mean, what's the plan then? If Nanette, if you get turned inside out, what is the plan? There's no plan. You're just inside out. I just what? There's no. Why do we have to think about that?
Sting is very familiar with patching me back together. It's fun.
Not if you're inside out. She's great.
Oh, the thing
Believe
is
me.
just like all you have to do is reach in and pull on the nose, and then you can, turn him right side out again.
I just okay. So do we need to bring Tomas? Because I have a way to contact Vivian if I need to, if we want her here. But do I need to? Are we saying we're doing this now?
Oh, well, except it won't work at the moment because my connection to the place between is currently severed.
But when it comes back,
yes. Well, I should leave it up to Gianni. This may not be something we want to rush into before we meet with Monsieur Villanova. If we are in need of whatever talents I have from the place between, they may be valuable.
okay.
But you can't use them right now.
Well, not at this
Other
moment,
than-
but she will be able to. But this is the thing. I thought also that that you could be turned inside out once this ends.
It is a worst case scenario. It's just something Tomas said offhandedly, probably because it happened once in a
Okay.
book.
Okay.
Oh.
Well,
I don't trust books.
okay. Well, we've said a lot. We've said a whole
The
bunch.
Porte mages have to watch like one of those car accident videos, like they show you in driver's ed.
Don't
Here's
piss
what
off the
can
place
happen
between.
if you mess up Porte.
It's one of those Fallout,
Videos. Yeah.
But okay. We've said a lot. And I don't think we have a plan. I've heard a lot of suggestions of what we can do. I don't think we have one settled on. So what I need right now is for us right now, without any more faffing about over it. What are we doing? So this is gonna wear off, right? Okay. We're gonna see what happens and how you act or whatever. If you go back to being doesn't care, Nanette, or if you're going to God knows what's going to happen. That's not meant as an insult. You said the same.
Oh no, I have full memories of the kind of person I was while I was under the influence of the
It wasn't. It
Pleistogen.
really wasn't that bad. I wish you would not beat yourself up over it. So that's going to end. Then we need to send a message to Monsieur Dubois. Yes. To accept.
Did you have to say it with the is that why you?
I don't know why I said it that way. Yes. Yes.
Oh yeah.
um,
Oh, my.
perhaps on the off chance that I lose my vision, not entirely taking that off the table, why don't I go ahead and pen a note now? Where would you like to meet him? Where is open for a good brunch?
Can we? Fuck the food. It doesn't matter. We don't need to.
If I
We
can
don't-
taste again, this could be very important.
But.
Because you
Okay.
don't- have
Okay.
you tried these berries? in-
No, I have
Is
not.
it
I
quite
have not
good?
eaten any of the food here in this country.
Oh,
I ate at your cousin's. That's all I've had. Okay. Okay, brunch,
also,
fine.
in a public place,
It needs to be
slightly
public.
less likely chance of us getting,
So not Little Vidachi. Let's pick
Mhm.
somewhere that. Why don't we pick some place that Andreas's family owns or
Oh
something?
no.
No.
Just
Like, we do not do that. It should be a neutral place.
okay. Then let's. Do we want to go back to the Golden Spoon? Is that where you were? Where were you?
The silver plate.
Oh, the Golden Spoon sounds fancier.
Are they open
Um,
for brunch? Because that sounds nice.
They probably are. It's just leftovers from the night before, served with a Bloody Mary.
Mhm.
But
They turn the
Oh,
crab
nice.
cakes that they served the night before into crab cakes ex Benedict.
there you go.
Mhm. Yeah.
So then we're doing that. So okay, let's do that. Go ahead and start writing the letter because we don't know how much time we have, and I would like to get. Oh yes.
Uh,
I have a question.
is this the Davis?
Of course. Who else would
Yes.
it be? Is there another
What?
Valley girl twirling her hair in the corner?
Whoa, that's a shape I haven't seen them
They've
take.
spent far too long at ladies' night. This is what happens. Go to ladies'
have-
night, start talking like a valley girl.
So, what are you hoping for this meeting with this Villanova person? Just out of
Okay.
curiosity. I mean, I
Okay.
don't really care. I'm just curious.
Honestly, I think one way or another we'll have a few questions answered. Whether Giovanni is completely truthful or not, I think we'll see certain things. We'll have questions answered, such as who is truly pulling the strings between the two of them.
Mhm.
We might actually get the information as to what they're going on the Carnival, whether that is good information or not. But I think finding out who is the true head of the snake might be a question worth answering.
And you think you can do this at this meeting that you're going to set up?
I mean, I just think we're cordially inviting Giovanni Villanova to a brunch at the Silver Spoon in the private room. And he's welcome to join us.
Okay.
Are you writing, Nanette?
Yeah, I'm done.
Oh, sweet.
I'm keeping it brief.
That's
There's no
good.
need for flowery language. We're just
Mhm.
we accept time, place, done.
Okay,
Mhm.
so we do that. Then there's I saw a boy posted out earlier. There, I'm sure there's somebody else now that can probably send the message. Do we even know where to send it?
The blushing blossom.
The
Yeah,
blushing blossom. Is everything
yeah.
Mhm.
is everything alliteration in this?
We are a
Um,
simple folk.
Yeah, you know.
We,
I
I mean,
our
the
dishes are.
lingonberry and twig isn't.
Oh, that's true. That's true. But that was because I just wanted to put twig and berries in the game.
Only because they changed it.
Our
Yeah.
dishes are complicated, but our naming conventions are simple.
So we're gonna do that, and then perhaps after that, you want to test this theory of
Mhm.
perhaps opening a portal and
Well,
perhaps trying
I
to
suppose
sever them.
we'll see how the night will end. There might be a need for us to try it beforehand.
What time did you put for the meeting? Tomorrow?
Lunch.
Brunch, that's right, that's right.
10 a.m. I mean, that's
10-ish,
usual brunch time, right? 9, 10, somewhere in there.
10:30.
Depending on how hungover you are from the night before.
Surprisingly, I have not been drinking today.
Start.
You can easily find a messenger. I mean, this is,
Andreas will
people
take
send messages and all sorts of stuff. So
Andreas will take the letter down to the street, find a messenger, and send it to the Blushing Blossom, or to
It says M. Dubois on the thing.
yeah,
So
Monsieur Dubois, care of the Blushing Blossom.
yeah.
I just literally blanked on his name.
So are we staying here, or do you wish us to accompany you to your room?
I can stay in my room. If Monsieur Villanova wants to try anything, well, I suppose we'll find out.
I don't know if I like that answer.
At the present, Monsieur Dubois does not know where I am, because all effects on me are nulled.
I understand.
So we have,
but when it ends, honestly, I wasn't even thinking about him. Not everything is about him. Annette, I apologize that you seem to think that that's the case, but no, the whole reason that I had come back to the ship tonight and ended up out on the streets half-heartedly looking for you all is because I think we've split up too much. And I know that we've all had reasons for it, and I know that a lot of it is my own cowardice. Yes, Nanette, thank you for bringing that up. And yes, I want to not do that.
May I make a recommendation then? The ship has everything we need. I know it is not your fancy room or a nice, good cot here on land, but it has a porte mage, it has beds for all of us, and we're all together. And we've been there for weeks. It is our territory.
And Vivienne is planning to come in the morning.
Right.
I'm going to have to change that meeting.
So she's going to be there. Yeah, you can do it before you go to this brunch. You can handle that part if that's something you're going to plan.
If we're going to be on the ship, Nanette, it would make sense if we went ahead and met with her, say at 8:30.
The ship is perfectly fine. What time were you going to meet her?
I said breakfast.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. She knows the ship. I told her that it was the one that is in repair to come to the ship in the morning. So hopefully she reads that as before 10.
Mm-hmm. She also left where you could message her. So you can
so I can just send a message to and be like, please meet me at the boat at
right
appropriate time. I just don't think we should be alone. Okay, I'm gonna say it. Nobody's said that yet, so that's how I feel.
Very well. Well, I don't want to jeopardize the safety of your room. I'm going to take some desserts and go back to the ship.
Okay.
Before this wears off.
I think we're all going back to the ship.
Oh, well,
awesome.
Yes.
All right.
Go.
Cool. Is there anything else anyone desperately needs to say before that happens? All right. Cool. Yeah. So you all make your way back to the ship, the Belladonna. same as, but you've got Keg up there, still on watch. It hasn't shifted over yet to third shift. So B shift, C shift. I mean, it hasn't shifted quite over yet. So yeah, and so things look. Charles and Tomas are no longer where you saw them last time, Ace. When you get back to the ship, but yeah, Keg is still there, and everything seems to be going much as it should be, as far as y'all can tell. So, are y'all going to try to sleep at this point? Have another meeting on the ship? Talk to anyone else on the ship? What's the plan once we're back on the ship?
How do you want to do this, Nanette? Do you want us around you when it wears off, just in case something comes through, opens up? I mean,
I don't think you should be able to do that. I suspect most likely that it will just take more of me. So I will try to put my thoughts in order for, I suppose, when I wake up to. Well, I guess I'll see.
I'll just be out here.
Mm-hmm.
If you need anything, I'll be out here.
Anyone else?
My apologies. I know that men in my former line of work come out a few hours. So I'm going to get sleep right now. If you need me, please wake me. But I will be awake in case other rogues come about.
Awesome.
We should probably heighten watches.
I was gonna say, Captain, can we get Leon's people? Maybe
Yeah,
double up.
I will. Yeah, I will. I will send a messenger to where Leon's people are staying, and ask them to increase the watches, because we don't expect trouble, but we like to be prepared for it.
You imagine a grunt under the affirmative in response.
That's the letter. Literally just as I didn't know you could. Wow.
It's like a K.
I didn't know you could grunt in words.
Well, this man has a future as a writer, because holy crap, that speaks volumes.
Actually, it would be kind of hilarious if he was. That'd be kind of great. If he was like, of course, we will definitely increase.
It's just so alliterative, and it's like
safety of the crew, and you're like,
I have so many questions.
Well, what we don't know is that he moonlights as a romantic novel author.
Novelist. Anyway, okay. So let's move along. Anybody doing anything else before you bed down wherever you're going to bed down for the night?
Ooh, sniff all of my perfumes to make sure I know which ones are actually good.
Okay, cool. You can mark
related.
them however you want. You're like, okay, that one's good. Good.
Secretly
Luna can help you.
Secretly pay Pip and Squeak a guilder apiece to switch all the marks. I'm joking.
They do it.
That's how Andreas ended up in the place between.
Kool-Aid
That
Man
one I would
through a
accept.
portal.
All right, so the night passes. Nothing seems out of the ordinary or anything as such. During the night, you all sleep either in your cots or in the same room to check on each other, however you decide you're gonna do that. And then the morning comes, and did you send a message over to Vivian to be
I
at a
did.
certain time?
I did.
All right. Cool. All right. So yeah, I assume y'all make sure to get up before that time. I'm assuming, or some of you do, or any of them.
Yeah.
I assume
Some of you are inside out. Sorry.
Ace was literally sitting on the floor outside of the infirmary door. So
Okay.
as shifts change and things and people start moving around, I'm sure she wakes up.
Okay, cool. Yeah, all right. So those who wake up and go out on the deck to meet Vivian, I know that's at least Ace. Is that everybody else too?
I at least
I-
needed Nanette.
And I would like to be out there
Okay.
because I'm meeting a potential new crewman member.
Oh yeah. All right, perfect. So the time you see Vivian coming down, towards the ship. We decided on Zoe Saldana. Did we?
Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, we did. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. She turns up and she's dressed very Montaigne. It's not like high Montaigne, but it's nice. It's like middle class Montaigne almost.
She's not familiar in any way, like in terms of name or face. I wasn't sure if she was like from the Shrews.
Okay. So her last name, her last name is Monet. So it's Vivian Monet. And you have heard of the Monet family. But it's nothing notable. They're just a middling kind of family. They're into some kind of merchantry, you think. But there's no like if you try searching your brain, you can't think of any scandals or any, black sheep or anything like that. Fairly average.
Perfectly normal. I just one of those kinds of like, hey, she's like, I want to say like a year or something older, so
yeah,
wasn't sure
like
if we'd been to the same awkward parties.
You probably have, you meet so many people at those things, so you've probably seen her and whatnot. But yeah, she comes up, Plank, and she looks at Ace, and she says,
Mademoiselle, this is our purser, Nanette Primevere, and this is our captain. This is Captain Karras. This is Vivian. She was she responded to my post seeking a Porte mage. She seemed amenable to most of the few details that I gave you. I didn't give you very much, I know, but I'll leave you to, I'm not leaving, but the contract and things like that, pay. I didn't have the rundown, Nanette, as you are very good at giving.
I'm assuming standard rates for a Porte mage. I don't know what sort of discussions you have previously had with Lieutenant.
And she'll outline that they discuss, Ace outlined, the general benefits and the general
dental,
pay structure and stuff. Yeah,
mostly pulling, almost no walking.
Yeah. Yeah. It's I described that it was a lot of. We needed someone to be able to send messages to our allies.
Mm-hmm. Well, this should. I think that it's very appropriate. Monsieur Keg, can you prepare a cabin for our new passenger and crew member?
Yeah, he actually shouts over to Pip and Squeak. Go get that done.
He's like, they're the cabin boys, thanks.
I have a higher position on this group.
Just to make sure that because I believe Keg was the one that took Nanette to her cabin the first time she was on, so
yeah,
a little bit of a
but you were a paying guest and crap, not crew.
I actually don't. I think it was
was it
Pip.
the captain?
No, I think it was one of the kids.
One of the kids was bribed to help, but I think it was either Keg or the captain. Yeah,
maybe.
Anyway,
I don't know.
Either way,
it doesn't matter.
Either way, you were a guest at the time. You were a guest at the time, so that's a little bit different. That's a little bit different.
I'll drop a contract for you shortly, just to highlight everything. You should be aware that standard speech that I give to everyone is that this is a potentially dangerous voyage, but you are a Porte mage, so I suppose that comes with a grain of salt.
never mind.
Has our lieutenant informed you of what we're doing?
I did not go into many details as we were in a unsecured
Public
location.
place.
Oh, well, perhaps I should walk you to a cabin and explain.
Andreas
Cool.
will offer his own
Okay.
because it has direct access to the deck.
So,
cabin?
His cabin
Yeah.
is one of the few
Yeah,
that
but
have
it
direct
walks
access
right
to
out
the
under
deck.
the quarterdeck.
yeah. All right. So go ahead and just give me the rundown of what you tell her. I don't need to, but
The
just
short of
give me
it
the
is,
rundown of what you tell her and what you leave out, that sort of thing.
They kind of the short of it that we are chasing a rather notorious pirate captain named Silent Death. He
She
has-
recognizes the name. You can tell by her face when you mention it.
He has the ability to control the weather and is not afraid to show it, especially against us. I hope you do not mind rough seas.
Or Krakens.
Okay.
Well, I think the Kraken was a one-time thing.
Well, I've always had a strong stomach, she says.
If, Andreas will mention that they are working with known pirates that are currently friendly to them. And we'll mention that part of the crew was hired on Mabuka and has worked as pirates.
Does any of this constitute a deal breaker, Vivian?
No. And what she tells you is that she's been she kind of mentions, I'll say it as her. She says, I am here because I did not wish the place that was given to me or I was born into on Montaigne and given my abilities, but they have been useful to keep me alive and with a roof over my head and a bed and food and things. I have been in similar situations before. So this does not sound like, though it does sound a little more dangerous than anything that I have done before, it does not deter me from that. Especially since, if I am not mistaken, I am not talking to the Blood Rose of the Sea.
I have been called such, yes.
I had heard stories from those few people that I still keep in contact with in Montaigne. You have made quite the impression.
Well, hopefully a good one. Probably not with the people I used to associate with, but that is for the best.
Well, you know how it is. Angel to some, demon to others.
So from what I've heard, give it a month and they'll have forgotten you and you can basically walk around freely.
Oh, I very much doubt that.
So you are welcome to the crew, Vivian.
Yeah, and she'll sign whatever, needs to be signed after she looks about that. All right, so after she's all signed on, what is happening? Are you going to immediately ask her to observe or
honestly,
honestly,
Ace is gonna look at Nanette and ask, is it still gone?
That's a good
no,
question.
it's back now. Okay, yeah. So
Okay.
about the time you woke up,
Okay.
we'll go back. You feel the same as you did before. So everything has kind of gone back. The smell, the taste, all of that stuff. The difference that you can tell is that the mark that you had on you on your leg is now like it wasn't painful. I mean, it kind of gone away initially, but now it is. And it's not like, oh my god, I can't walk on it. Imagine it like if you took a really hot towel and just held it on your skin.
Mhm.
Well, no, I wouldn't say hot because this
It's
is
like a cold
so
towel.
it'd be cold. Cold, yeah.
It's like an
So
ice
imagine
tank
it-
with nothing in between. Gotcha.
Mhm.
Right. Yeah, so imagine that, and that's what it feels like, and that doesn't seem to be subsiding at all. And when you look at it, it is definitely like more red and more agitated than it was before. But as far as like going blind or anything else like that, that doesn't happen. But that is what you notice.
They're reminding you that they can touch you. Yeah, Ace would have asked as soon as Nanette came out of the cabin. She would have stood up from her sitting position and asked. So,
Yeah, and that's the answer.
and if Nanette's making that face, then Ace would be like, okay, yeah, we're back.
I'm fine.
I'm fine.
Let's get on with it.
What's up?
Though I should check on Tomas just to make sure that they have not hurt him in my stead. And
I saw
she will
him
go
and
do that
Charles
just
a
to
little
make
while
sure.
ago. They went to breakfast.
Did they?
Yeah.
Oh, they did.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, if you go looking for Thomas, yeah, I mean, he's having food. He's around the ship. And he seems fine. He says, no, nothing unordinary.
Good.
Just having Montaigne toast and cigarettes for breakfast.
Yeah,
And some wine, of course. But
Of course.
of course.
she
course.
ruffles his hair and curtsies politely to Charles.
Yeah,
and
Nini. You can tell he tried to do something with it, so he messed it. Oh.
it's just so soft and fun.
He goes back to eating.
So flash
do we
forward
want
to
to
the
try
present.
it?
Yeah.
Okay,
So now you're in with Vivian.
W- I don't want to throw anything off the rails, but it is break time. But
yeah,
if you're
I
leading,
was
if
actually
you're leading,
trying to get a point.
okay, if you're leading
Yeah,
to the
I was-
break, then okay, then ignore me. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah, I was aware. I was trying to like. That's why I was kind of
Guide us
trying to
there.
like. Okay, yeah, like let's. Yeah.
Well,
so I kind of
Gianni
wanted.
is ready.
Yeah.
Do you have the knife,
Alright.
Gianni?
I thought you.
No, you. Last
Okay.
session, I thought I had it, and then everybody was like, "No, Gianni kept it to play with it."
Johnny has
So,
it. Yeah.
Okay, then I have it.
do not lose
Um,
that. A very pretty woman gave it to me.
Well, are you? Would, I think we should just go for it.
all right.
Did you want?
Mademoiselle Monet? If would you mind a demonstration
Do-
of opening a portal?
Do we need to get Tomas?
Yes,
I mean,
we
if-
should.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, they
so
did
you can
bring
drive.
Charles.
Yeah.
This is
So
my
you're gonna
brother.
bring Thomas in? Oh, yeah,
Yes.
Thomas.
He is a pote mage in his own right by schooling, but there's some difficulties with his ability to use pote at the moment.
Vivian kind of, looks askance at that, but yes, I can open a portal if you need to send something or want to see, I suppose.
Just a small one.
I suspect that should be sufficient. Gianni, are you ready?
No time like the present.
All right, so Vivian will go ahead and a small, just a small rip appears. General screaming, the normal noise. And as Gianni prepares to do whatever he's going to do, we will take a break and we will come back and we'll find out how that works out. So we'll take 10 minutes.
Alrighty, we'll see y'all.
Bye, friends.
All right.
Welcome back, everybody. Here we are. We are back. Our crew have met with Dubois, who made the offer, and then Nanette went ahead and passed along that message with Dubois finishing out the meal himself, all alone. Very sad. And then they had a discussion about what they were going to do. There were many thoughts, there were many ideas. Eventually, they decided that they are going to settle on attempting an idea that Gianni and Nanette are thinking might help Nanette with her issues that she's having with the place in between. And then they have set up a brunch meeting at the Silver Plate with Giovanni Villanova. And that's where we're at. They have brought Vivian Monet, a young kind of Porte mage, on because Tomas and Nanette are indisposed at the moment in terms of the place between. And she has agreed to open a portal. I don't believe she knows quite yet what they're attempting to do, but they want a demonstration. So she's opening a small portal. And has done so just using her hand. Just a small one, maybe about this size. So we come back into that. Vivian has, and she is standing there. She has opened this. We hear the noise. I mean, it's not huge, so it's not like a huge gaping, screaming thing. It's pretty small. So here we are. It is the four of you, Thomas and Vivian, as far as I'm aware, in this room right now.
Did
And
Charles
you're
want to
in-
be there?
Oh no.
He would have asked, but it's still rocky, so he probably didn't press it when Thomas was like,
Okay.
Nah,
so they didn't
yeah.
canoodle last night like I thought they did. Okay.
They made up, but it's still
They
a
didn't
little...
make out.
No.
No makeup.
No.
Make out.
Makeup.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, you can imagine that Charles offered, and Tomas was just like, no, you gotta trust me if this is ever gonna work, blah, 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 blah. We're gonna be friends, etc., friends, whatever. So no, it's just Thomas. So Thomas, Vivian, and the four of you. How are we doing this? What are we attempting? What are we doing?
So, as far as I understand, Gianni's trying to use the site, right? To
Yeah,
see the thing.
I'll be starting there,
Right.
and once that portal is opened, locating that line.
All right, cool. And you get to look for free, right? I think that's a free
Yes,
thing for
yes.
you to see. Yeah, okay.
Mhm.
Pretty sure. All right, so here's what you see. Viviana is standing next to this little gaping, that you've seen before, a rip, very uncomfortable looking, bleeding, screaming, all of that stuff. Coldness coming from it. And from it, I mean, because you've kind of been able, you've been working on being able to see these things and looking at things differently. And so you keep kind of adjusting your sight, trying to, because I'm assuming this is what Gianni would do. He'd kind of use things that he's gathered, being able to see invisible stuff, being able to kind of use what he's learned about about the similarities between Porte and Sorte, and that they're kind of coming from the same area to look at the energy. That's kind of how I'm picturing what's happening. Does that sound correct?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Okay. So what you see is, for the first time, you aren't seeing a thread. It almost looks like fabric. Like a piece of fabric, like a fabric, and it's not like a ribbon. It actually is this kind of piece of fabric. And what you see is that it goes from Nanette to the portal, and it comes from her leg. It comes from that mark that she has on her leg. It's almost like, picture like she has a thing on her leg. She has a shape. Picture that like circled in fabric. Like if you're gonna cut out fabric and make like a hollow kind of tube with it. And that's kind of what it looks like. But secondarily, you also see that there are little threads and stuff, almost and, you know, they're thin threads. It's almost like spider webby, very, very, very thin. You know, they kind of glint, and you kind of look. They don't look like fate lines. They're lines of energy, but they're not like fate lines. What you're seeing is some kind of different kind of energy connecting them. This is due to that, you know, because you've been doing all that stuff, and you, for those who are listening that don't know, Gianni now has an ability called Weave, where he can now, because he's been looking at the similarities between the different kind of magic in Thea, he's kind of able to see things differently and be able to manipulate things a lot more than he initially could. And go ahead and do a wits and sorte for me. And I want you to get two raises. I'm sorry. I did a game that was passes. I did another one that was successes. I'm like, passes, success. Nope, raises. That's what we're doing here. Whatever it is.
Ooh.
Gianni looking, Nanette will sort of lift up her skirt just so
He can see.
he can see it better, because she doesn't know how his magic necessarily works, but so everyone else is sort of aware, because she's been hiding it for the most part. Because it is rather grisly looking.
Yeah, it's pretty gnarly.
Like,
And it looks very red and irritated right
How
now.
long have you had that?
a month or so.
That's an above the table Rue aside. I fucking hate that so much.
That
Last
would be
pack.
then.
Okay,
Oh,
What did you get?
Blase.
really quick, I need to verify something.
Okay.
Do we treat, since I now have technically the equivalent of 4 dots
Yeah.
in sorcery, do we treat it as under the same idea of skills with the rank 3,
Right.
rank 4, all
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
oh God.
So if that is the case, I have a
Well,
15.
and you get to re-roll one if you want to re-roll one.
I'm not
Okay,
going
that's
to.
fine.
I
That's
got
fine.
it.
That's fine.
I got a 15. I got a 15, and I got a 16. So that's technically 6 successes if it works by the same.
It does.
Mechanics.
She just said it did.
So
Yeah,
Don't question. Don't
perfect.
question.
You have been given a gift.
Shut the fuck up.
Don't look in the mouth. Don't look at its mouth.
Teacher, you haven't collected our homework. I'm kidding. 6. Okay. What you realize, this is a pretty big revelation for you, is you are actually seeing the connection between Nanette and the place between that allows her to do Porte. The energy that connects her to being able to do Porte Mage. And if you turn your eyes to Thomas and Vivian, you see the same thing. Although theirs is a lot brighter than Nanette's. It's a little bit easier to see on the other two. Because some of us haven't pissed off the place between.
Johnny, do you see it?
I do.
Can you cut it?
I can.
Well, I mean, in theory, we don't know, but yes.
I have a theory.
Spit it out.
Okay, because we're all being open. What if I used a fate line and I describe this fabric? What if I use a fate line to tie that fabric off to an item?
Why?
What if it was... If I could do it just right.
What do you... Why?
Imagine being able to put on a ring, Nanette, And having access to your magic again, maybe?
Or all the other shit.
Yeah.
It comes with all the bad stuff, Johnny.
As someone who has
Okay.
worked with deals for a large chunk of his life, this is going to be an all or nothing.
I just want to offer an opportunity.
Mhm.
But
Here,
You're
Gianni.
pretty sure that if you cut Nanette, like if you cut that fabric and you cut that, Nanette will not have the ability to do porte anymore. That's going to be the downside.
That's what you need to enunciate, John, to
okay,
Nanette.
then that's yeah.
So I guess you can assume he's like, if he does that, then you will no longer have access to porte.
It's gonna be very difficult for me to fuck the place between if I can't. So. But you said you could put it on the night, no?
Maybe.
I'm telling you, as someone who's done deals,
I'm
you
not
have the deal. They will find a way to screw you. Don't believe me? Ask them.
Well,
They're
I could
already
help.
screwing me.
I
on
mean, if she's
whatever
going to
the-
be cut off from this magic that she has, I could certainly help her do
Nanette.
whatever she wants to do to the
Nanette,
place.
Nanette, I know you and I aren't okay and but last night, remember, if you can, how you felt about it last night. And
When you were eating food.
if there is any part of that in there, any part of you, the old you before you made the deal, if you are still in there, which I and you can be reasoned with,
What are you trying to say, Ace?
that you said to yourself that this is not you. So whatever you are thinking right now, it's not you. I think
So I should do the opposite then?
you should cut the line. And I'm sorry, I know that is a huge part of you and it's very important to you, but I think you should cut the line.
Nanette, last night was the first time I'd seen you smile in months.
Very well, cut the line.
I'm not even waiting for a second for a response on that.
Oh, now you don't ask
It's-
questions. Now you don't ask questions.
not change your mind. Okay, go ahead. Let's do another sortie. You're gonna use do sortie, and I mean, it probably would be wits, I guess. I mean, it'd be involved in his knowledge of stuff that he's done before, and of course, I get to roll because this is gonna be you're gonna be fighting the in between to cut this connection. How many dice are you ending up rolling, Gianni?
7.
Okay, excellent. All right, and just to make it interesting,
That's fair.
15 for raises, please.
No problem.
While he's doing that, would it be possible for Nanette to try and... Because she's not sure if what has been taken from her will stay there. And she would like to try and at least pull some of her senses back. Because they belong to her. And she's just gonna think
Okay.
real hard about everything delicious that she's eaten. All the
Okay.
wonderful smells.
All right, perfect. Okay, so here's what's gonna happen. I'm all about this. Okay. This is going to be at 15. All right, so you're gonna need one to do the action. That's gonna be one raise. You're going to need at least probably 3 to cut everything. And then if Nanette wants all of her stuff back, you're gonna need 2 more. That's gonna be 6, but I'm gonna let Nanette roll her porte because she's assisting. So she's assisting using what she has. So between the two of you, you will need 6 raises at 15.
I'm assuming I can use resolve and sorcery for this.
Sure. Yeah.
Because this is I imagined it as a test of wills.
It is absolutely a test of wills. So you're going to need that many.
Ace is legitimately like perched on the edge of a chair, ready to like pull her out of the hole if she starts to go dark.
It's getting sucked in.
Yeah.
Nice. Wow. Okay.
8 or 4?
How
8.
you got 8? How
I
did you
have 5 points in sorcery.
at
Nice.
15 per raise?
Sets of 15 are 2 raises.
Yeah, because at rank 4, even with you spending,
There's
our
still
15 becomes 2 successes.
and at rank 5, dice explode. 10s explode.
Okay, so she got 8. And Gianni, what'd you get? Wow. Okay.
I
all
know.
right.
That's
So
just a
how many
lucky
is
moment.
it? That's 8. That was 8 and 6.
Yeah,
Okay.
14.
14. So, and they got 4. So subtract from that. That still leaves you 10.
10. Yep.
So, yeah. So that means you got 4 more than you needed. So, all right. So I will, at that point, you have 4. You've done, okay. So Gianni, you have managed to cut this. You watch as this knife, Captain O'Connell's, well, Ace's knife, the knife that Captain O'Connell gave to Ace. You watch it through, and it's, you're welcome. You watch it cut through, and you watch as all of that stuff kind of disconnects from Nanette and like, goes away. And it definitely feels like you're cutting through something that's hard and fighting you. I mean, this thing cuts through anything, but this was actually not meant to cut through things like magic and fate. I mean, you're talking like if it's any material object, it can still cut. It's just a lot harder for something that's not material.
It acts more like a knife.
Knife, if it's image, because it itself is supernatural. So that's what you're dealing with here. So you're kind of going through. It's resisting, and then you manage to cut through, and you kind of watch it dissipate. And now there's no fabric. There's no sparkles, spider webs of stuff coming from Nanette anymore. You kind of just watch it dissipate. And as for Nanette, you feel that tug. You can't see anything, but you feel it. And there is you're gonna take 3 wounds from the pain that is existing from Gianni cutting that fabric and cutting you off from that.
Dramatic or regular? Because I'm okay with dramatic. This is good times.
Yeah, now we can.
Yeah. Right. I mean, it's pretty dramatic. I mean, that's a huge part. Like, that's in your blood. So you're gonna take 3 dramatic from that. That's painful. Thomas is immediately at your side if you start screaming or anything like that.
She actually has a piece of leather that she's clearly bit down on before. And bites down on that to muffle the scream.
Yeah. All right, and because you got 4 extra, I will also allow Gianni, once he is done from that, to cut. You do not have, you'll be able to cut because Tomas had a much less connection when he went through because he just stuck his hand through. You're able to cut Tomas's connection to that where he got touched on the wrist. without taking away his Porte magic. Because it's a lot less. It's not as dramatic. I mean, you got 4 more successes than you needed, so you can use those to cut that connection from Tomas. And because it's a lot less, you aren't having to cut off his Porte magic as well.
Sweet.
I still wouldn't recommend he go through the in-between anytime soon, or maybe ever again. But there it is. He still could if he wants to.
Wow.
And that's it. And yeah, so the portal's still there. Vivian is looking horrified. She has no idea what's going on. She closes it.
Thank you. I know that didn't make a lot of sense, but it was necessary, and I appreciate it.
Andreas will go. Thank you very much. Bonus.
Nanette,
I think a bonus is in order for your actions.
Are you okay, Nanette?
I will be.
Fucking hardened rasp. I will be. Do you need help back to the infirmary?
No.
She kind of looks. I mean, 3
to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tomas is like, I'll take you. I'm taking you. I don't care if you think you don't need help or not.
Thank you. I'm just glad it worked. For you.
Well, you weren't able to see that. So, I mean, Gianni knows that because he was able to see, but Nanette, you wouldn't.
I'm assuming
you only felt it.
Are the marks still there?
Is his mark, the mark on his wrist gone?
Heal?
Okay, they're there, and they still look somewhat the same, but the pain that you felt in it is not there anymore. Because you're feeling the pain from having all of that cut off, but that ice pain that you were feeling is not there anymore. So you'll suspect that eventually it'll heal up. It'll heal and will start to scar and will just be that. If it doesn't go away altogether. When you're able to like focus on thinking about that.
I'll try to
and
be
Tomas
better
will
before
feel...
later.
Are you sure you don't need anything?
Oh, a crutch, please.
Okay. I will go and get one.
Yeah.
Can you lean on me until we get there?
And Andreas
And Tomas will help too.
brings over a chair.
he's
Because they're in his cabin.
I don't need all of this. I just need to lie down for a little bit and process.
For what it's worth, I'm sorry.
It was the right thing to do. I hope. Well, you have a breakfast to prepare for. I will get myself patched up as best as I can.
And amongst your pain, you notice something, Nanette. You can smell the cabin.
Smells like poverty.
Actually, it
smells like
very,
poverty.
It actually probably
there's
smells
the
very...
net we know.
there she is.
So it probably smells very clean with a slight hint of shaving cream because Andreas when he can maintains, and probably some decent heavy spices to help remind him of home.
My statement stands.
Yeah, it smells like poverty.
Andreas Fortsrot, not joking.
It smells like poor people in here. God.
It smells like fish and.
Why did I do that? Oh no, just kidding. Yeah, but you notice that. That is something you do notice. And as you're being helped to the infirmary, Tomas will insist on helping, and I guess Ace is helping as well, and that's more than enough. I think.
Unless she told me to stay back. She was acting like she was telling me to stay back. So.
Okay. Well, Thomas won't take any of that because he's your little brother.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, whether you like it or not, he's gonna bully you to let him help you, and he will take you down to the infirmary. Charles is not far. He probably was not so serendipitously like close by. Just to, in case. So when he sees you both come out, he offers to help too. In between them, you can get to the infirmary, and Odile is up and awake, and she's there, and she can help you as well.
I'm also going to look
Go
for
get Sting.
Ace will go get Luna as well.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Once we're in the infirmary, Ninette is going to like pull out a journal and give it to Tomas. These are all my notes for everything I figured out how to do without the place between. It may be of help to you.
Well, I mean, I'm not planning to do anything. Just rest right now. You can give me. I'll look at it later.
Remember what I showed you with the knife? I think you can do that too. You just need to. Here, it will save you a lot of time, and hopefully.
He has this kind of like, look on his like humor, like okay, and he kind of takes the book and he like passes it to Charles for a second so Tomas can help you, get settled or whatever. Sting comes to the infirmary. She arrives, and Luna arrives, and between Odile and Luna and Tomas and Charles and Sting, you are and Ace being there, you are well taken care of. Ace sending for people and stuff like that. So
yeah, I don't go into the infirmary. I keep a respectful distance.
And you have more than enough people to help you get settled and tend to your pain and help you.
Yeah, she's mostly like just the laudanum and bandage me up, and I need a moment.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly cries a lot. She cries like
okay.
Andreas will go in his cabin. He'll get into a locked cabinet, and he'll pull out 25 guilders and hand them to Vivian.
Mm-hmm,
or is it Viviana?
Vivian.
And say, thank you for your assistance. This is a bonus in addition to your pay.
Oh, thank you, Monsieur. And she's of the Montaigne type.
He will say that in Montaigne.
Okay. She's not the, you can tell she's a Montaigne. So she has learned when to ask questions and when not to ask questions. And she's fine, and she's got more money out of the deal, so it's really none of her business. In other words. So
Andreas understands that a greased palm tends to quiet a mouth even better.
Yeah, exactly.
25 guilders.
Just say, thank you, Monsieur. Yeah.
Have some pennies. Go buy yourself something nice.
Yeah.
Don't spend it all in one place.
That goes pretty far here, if you're not only buying top shelf.
She will say, if there's nothing else, I will be on my way.
Yes,
Accommodations.
please inform Keg of where you're staying. That way, if we need to get underway quickly, you can be retrieved.
Oh, is she leaving the ship? Oh, she's going to get her things.
She's just leaving the room.
Okay, yeah. I was like, she has a cabin on the ship.
She does.
Yeah.
You to stay
She's like, if you guys don't need me in here,
I'm gonna go have a nap
before
that was
some
kind
other
of
weird
lot.
shit happens. I'm
No.
Go.
Thank you.
We all look at Vivian and we're like, that's just the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah.
Welcome to the
I
crew.
don't want to hear it. La, la.
And then he'll look over at Gianni, who I'm assuming hasn't left yet. and go, "How are you doing?"
I'm fine.
He's sweating in a
More
corner.
worried.
You said you're worried.
Eh, yeah. Oh, I don't need to say the obvious, do I?
They don't want revenge. They, it,
Why?
we took what was there, what they believed was theirs.
We
Things
took
of
one
that nature.
person, an infinite being who exists beyond us. Normally, I would think doesn't care about one individual.
Except that it seems to be very greedy. She offered it taste, and it took smell, and it grate her. It started to take more from her and more, which I have always learned through business and stuff. Greedy people, when you take one of their things, will want that one thing back more than anything else,
People.
no matter how much extra they have. Think about the Count. He has.
People. We're talking about a being that exists, that probably has had the sense of smell from thousands, the sense of sight from thousands. We are
What?
nothing.
And the Davis is over there. He says, "Don't you remember what I told you? These things don't have a need for anything they take. That's not the point.
That they get to have it.
They get the control, of course. They get to consume. They get to expand. Think of them like humans, a virus,
Hmm.
a locusts.
But even then, that is just a hunger. What does it matter when it has a buffet?
They didn't get their sweet treat anymore.
I don't raise, I don't raise our own position in this universe to such a level that they care. I have found largely nothing cares except ourselves, about those around us, family, our blood. Universe and the rest of everything doesn't care. Just saying. I might be wrong.
Saying, I hope you are, or I hope you're right. I should say, not wrong.
I understand.
Yeah, I followed that right because I was going to say you hope you're right, and then you said I hope. Like, wait, oh, but no, I do
Yeah.
hope that you are right, and they chalk it up as a loss and just decide to. But yeah, based on how they acted with Tomas, I have a feeling that they don't, and they won't.
Maybe.
Weird question above the table. Andreas will look at his arm where Nanette marked him.
Hmm.
Is it still there?
The 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 blood is there that she put there. Um, I mean, you can try some tests on it, but you wouldn't be able to tell if it's still active or
Yeah,
not.
Andreas is like,
I
I don't
mean,
know,
with
looks
the
fine.
stairs there.
He'll take a cloth and wipe it off.
Yeah, it's a lot easier probably than any other marks that you've taken off before.
Um, and he'll go. I hope they do forget about her.
Well, here's the thing. That took the rest of me. We're going to this lunch. It's on you.
Wait, what? Did you say it took the rest of you?
Well, right now I have no hero points to spend on any
okay.
magic,
Okay.
essentially.
Okay.
He was trying to say it's on.
I was like, whoa, what happened?
Yeah.
Sorry, I wasn't thinking mechanics. Okay, cool.
Um. Well, if necessary, I'll do what must be done.
Well, see,
Shall we prepare for lunch?
We have time. She came at like 8 o'clock in the morning, so we have a.
I said prepare.
Okay, it's brunch.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
prepare for.
Um, yeah, I mean, you have a little bit of time that you can go ahead and do that. Nanette, the more you recover, I'm assuming as Nanette recovers, she's going to kind of like experiment perhaps and see what's happening. I'm assuming.
Well, yeah, it's very raw, I think, and like the pain.
You don't have to right now.
Yeah.
I'm just asking if that's something she'd do or if she's going to wait.
She might see if she can feel Tomas, because he's right here.
You do not. You do not feel your Porte connection to your family or any of your other marks anymore.
But once, if she's given a moment to herself to just recover and rest, she's going to see if she can heal herself like she had previously been able to.
Okay.
Try that as well.
Okay, cool. Yeah. You can do that if you would like. What did I have you do before? Roll before?
So I would just be using scholarship and I guess wits as regular healing. But I can spend a hero point to also regain a dramatic wound.
Yep.
Miracle
cool.
Healer.
Yeah. Absolutely do that. Absolutely.
Well, guess not everything is gone.
I mean, you still have your knowledge and stuff.
Well, I was imagining that was a use of Porte that was perhaps unconventional, and that's where I was like, would that still work?
Okay, so that's so let me backtrack. Where did you get that particular ability from?
That was the Miracle Worker advantage.
In the base book.
In the base book?
Okay.
It's not connected to sorcery.
Yeah,
it's not technically connected to sorcery, but it's usually like, it's like you're connected to like some higher power spiritual, like it's usually like witch doctrine.
But
and I was like,
we'll just knock it that she's tapping into just the energy. Because that doesn't have anything to do, that's not a Porte advantage or anything like that.
Exactly. So it's not a Porte advantage, I was just flavoring it.
She can do that. But anything that would have to do with Porte, if you do have Porte advantages, those would be gone.
Okay.
But this particular, no, because you can just consider it that, like you were saying, that because she'd been studying and trying to do different things, she figured out a way without using the Porte part of the magic, just the general magic of Thea, the base magic of Thea,
Works.
energy Thea. So she can do that.
Spend some hero points to make it look less terrible.
Awesome. How many are you spending? Well, does it say how many you can spend?
How many? You only have one, don't you?
Yeah. I can basically spend a hero point and a raise on my action to heal. It has to be another hero. My bad. My reading was wrong. So I cannot heal myself, but that's how she's been practicing. So.
Sting is pretty damn awesome, so.
Sting will probably just bandage it up, but dramatic wounds take a long time to heal, so it's just...
Right. Well, you can consider that with the immediate care that you got, I'll bring you down to just 2 dramatic. So you basically think of the third as the most egregious that they had to take care of right away. They've taken care of that. So you still have 2 dramatic wounds, but they took care of any interstitial bleeding, any of that stuff. That would have been bad to continue. So you have 2 dramatics right now.
Villains get +2 days.
Yeah.
Great.
And you all are now, just so that you know, on the 2nd day of repairs. They said it would take another, so you have about another day before the ship is ready.
Okay, that's fine.
To go. All right, so Nanette's doing that. She's recovering. Sting is there helping out, whoever's helping out. The kids come in to see you because they heard stories. So they you see their little faces peeking around the door. Yeah, you figure they've probably been told not to go in, but they want to see you. So you just see little noses like around, and oh, they run in. If you gesture at them, they will run in.
I'm feeling much better, but I appreciate you coming to check on me.
Pip goes and kind of pushes Squeak. And he's like, she doesn't look like her skin fell off. I don't know who told you that.
It's a secret, but unfortunately, I cannot show you. It would be very improper of me.
Their eyes go a little wide.
Oh,
You're
what
not
are we
gonna
gonna
die
see?
then?
Not today, I'm afraid.
Day is young.
Day is young. But the day is young, so we'll see.
All I can think of is that line from 10 Things I Hate About You. Good morning, Katarina. Did anybody cry today? Well, it's only 4 o'clock. There's still time.
Great cinema there.
But I'm much relieved having seen your faces. I would be most grateful if you two could rustle up a cane for me, though.
Yeah. They turn and they run out of the room, and you hear Sting kind of admonishing them because they weren't supposed to be there. So you kind of hear that, like, going on as still as they go out the door, and you hear them being like, "She told us to come in," like, "Ow, ow!" You expect they're being like eared, like out of the infirmary. All right, that's Nanette. All right, so Ace, what is Ace doing at this point? You have a couple hours until the brunch.
Sure, yeah. She is going to follow the boys to their secret stash. And, and she's going to rifle through it. She's going to look, and no, she's not. She's going to look through her things, her possessions on the ship, which aren't much, but she does have a box that she acquired somewhere along the way, we'll say. I can even spend a hero point if I need to. She will find a box, and in that box she will place the McGanson custom pistol that her mom sent over with the mark on it. And she will close it in that box, and she will tuck that somewhere accessible, but well, she probably just sets it on her hammock. And
cool.
She bides her time.
Sweet. Awesome. Okay. Gianni, what's Gianni doing?
Honestly, he's going to get a box, put the little bee in it. Sign on it for a note for Nanette, and hide it in her room someplace.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool. All right, perfect. Andreas. What's Andreas would like to do?
Can Andreas run into Pip and Squeak as they're hunting for a cane, so he knows that?
I'm sure they're easy enough to find. They think they're slick, but they're two little boys.
So just so he can basically know that Nanette wants a cane, and he will tell them that after they get her one that she can walk around the ship with, he has an errand for them to run. He will give them some guilders, and if they're shrewd negotiators, they can have whatever's left. And he's going to send them to a maker that he knows that crafts beautiful sword canes for gentlemen.
Ooh. Okay. Cool. Yeah. So they find. I mean, it's a ship, and people probably need to use these things, so they eventually find you know, like something made out of wood and a little bit of metal, maybe. You know, nothing great, just something that they would have on the ship in case somebody needed it. And they will bring that to Nanette. Um, and then they look like they're running off rather quickly, like they have another task to do once they drop it off. And they will run off and do what Andreas requests.
He'll ask them to bring it to bring the cane to his cabin and leave it there if he's not there.
Okay. They will do so. Um Perfect. And okay, so that's the initial what everybody does. It's gonna be a couple. Does anybody do anything? What do y'all do to prepare to go to this meeting, if anything? We're gonna kind of look at that time frame and see what's happening.
I will be.
And you don't have to. If you have nothing, that's fine. I just want to make sure everybody has an opportunity if they need to.
No, Ace is going to make a really stupid decision, but it's one that she's been sitting on for a minute, and she is going to hang up her baldric, and she is going to go unarmed.
Ooh. To the meeting?
Yeah.
Okay. While you're doing that,
While you're being stupid.
while you're being an idiot. No, while you're doing that, you feel the sensation on your arm, the warmth that you usually get from Kaya.
That reminds me of something too. But yeah. Oh, okay. I will sit on my hammock next to my box. I will await his eyeballs.
Okay. He is standing on deck. He is standing on deck, and you can hear various voices and stuff like that. He's standing on deck. He's standing on the stern of the ship, on the back. You're on the Whisper still, and he's looking around, and what he's looking around at, they're anchored somewhere. And what you're looking at looks like that if you could find somebody or a map, and he's obviously panning very, very slowly. And you get the impression that he's trying to tell you where they are.
Okay, yeah, it's not just, hey, look at this beautiful vista. This is a functional visit. Please utilize this information. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like you can see like an old fort and like a little lighthouse and stuff in the distance.
Cool.
So, and there's enough there that, you know, if you had a map of some kind, you probably would be able to figure out where they are.
I know he doesn't have my eyes, so I can't use it. But yeah, the fact that the eagle eyes advantage that I have says that I can read an inscription on a ring from a mile away. I'm like, oh, if there's a sign in that town, I can fucking see it. I can see those people making out there in the window in the church.
Wait, is that Charles and Tomas
No.
making out?
No.
What are they doing? Oh God, no, my eyes!
No.
My eyes!
So, okay, yeah, I will definitely take in that information, and I'm going to very hastily, in our moment, and be like, of course you don't have to respond. Giovanni Villanova and Olivia Dubois are here in the Commonwealth, and I am about to go to brunch with them.
He kind of, you kind of see him freeze, like he'd been doing something, like, you know, oh, I'm working back here.
I know
like,
how it sounds. It's going to be fine. I'm not going alone. But something is up, and I really, the impression I get is that the people I'm with don't think that Giovanni, that your captain knows what he's doing here. So, just be careful.
Yeah, you see him pause for a second,
He's like, you are the
And
worst.
tilts his head. Like, what is happening here? And I'm trying to think of how he would try to
Thank you for the recognition.
Yeah, he kind of like bops like a nod and stuff like that. And then to what you said about you suspect that they don't exactly know how they're going to do what they do, or they don't know what they're doing, or and stuff like that. Um he kind of I know what he does. He takes his mop, okay? And what he does is he starts doing very deliberate, like weird movements like this.
Okay, like letters?
Yeah, like letters. Like
Okay.
he's drawing letters with the water.
Okay. Okay.
And and what it is just a Y. It's one letter and it's just like a Y.
Babe, I have no idea. I did not really want to do this meeting, but we're doing it. And, you know, uh, can you see through my eyes right now?
You could switch if you wanted. Yeah. Like you could see if you wanted. Yes.
Swippy swap with me for a second.
Mhm.
And I
So he will.
okay, I open the box. I put the box in my lap and I opened the box and I'm like, trust me, but this has nothing to do with with what you just told me, but I thought you might want to see it. And I show him, this is a gun that our father made for our mother and that she gave me for safekeeping. I know you were giving me important information about all this stupid shit that we're doing, but I don't know if I'm going to get a chance to show you all the things I want to show you, so I wanted to show you this.
Because you can see through each other's senses and stuff, but you can't like control each other.
Right.
But what you can tell he's like moving his hand. Like, you know, he's like wanting to like see it. Like, so you know, not just the box.
Okay, I will well, yeah. I open the box and I kind of show the gun around and I show him the lantana blossom that's been engraved on the handle, and I'm like, this is a flower. I don't know if you've been to Castillo, but this is a flower that is native to there. He's a good dad. Anyway,
he nods.
Thank you, and I will find a way to let you know that things are okay. But I don't think today is the day that Giovanni Villanova takes us out.
He'll go to switch with you again, so you're looking through his eyes, and he moves his mop, and it's like this big circle, and then like a K. So he's saying, okay. Roll wits and notice actually as well. Okay. You need 2 for this.
2. This is my good roll. This is my good one. So wits and notice. I'm going to say that I'm not going to use my eagle eyes because I'm not using my eyeballs right now. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, and 1 for it being the first.
Yep.
Roll.
You need 2.
And we're at 10s for raises?
Yep.
I got 4 with none left over.
Okay. When he's moving the mop, you notice like very similar Lichtenberg scars on his arm. when he moves underneath his sleeve, very similar to the ones that you have.
If I have a chance to ask before our connection is disrupted, I will say, where did you get those? The marks on your arm.
He kind of freezes, like he didn't expect that. You can tell it's like, oh, shit, you know, like Okay, I'm debating. I have two options here. I'll see.
I mean, he can just hang up on me and be like, "This is a."
Yeah,
I mean,
that's what I'm trying to debate. Like,
that's how
would he try to do something, or would he just be like, "No, I don't want to talk about that."
Gotta go.
That's what I'm trying to decide. Yeah, that's actually what I'm trying to decide as the GM. Like, which way would he go? So I'm just gonna make it a roll. This is gonna be like a
highs lows.
like an empathy kind of thing. Yeah. 1, 2. Okay. All right. He sighs, and then you watch the mop go again, and the letters SD. He spells the letters SD.
Yeah, that motherfucker. I'm gonna get you off that boat. All right. We're almost there. I'm going to get you. And I don't know the circumstances by which you came to be in possession of those marks or how he put them on you, but it's gonna be okay. That's all I can say.
And then your connection drops.
Yes. God damn it.
You suspect it probably has to do with the huge ass storms that SD had been sending out.
So yeah, so it's at least potentially not fatal. Potentially.
Sometimes.
Sometimes. It can. It doesn't have to be fatal.
Right.
Okay. Well, with that, I'm gonna close the box and I'm going to go to the infirmary.
Okay.
And knock on the door.
So Nanette, have you shooed everybody away, or would there be somebody opening the door?
Probably Luna, because Nanette's getting ready for brunch.
Sure.
She's gonna go.
If you're
go. Yeah. Just denied dinner last night.
That's true. She can taste now.
I'm gonna have my goddamn brunch.
If you're indisposed, I don't have to. It won't be long. I can just leave this here.
Oh, come in, Ace.
Luna looks at you like, should I open? You know, like. And Luna opens the door and ushers you in.
Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt.
Alright, this is a lengthy process. Do you need something?
I don't. I was going to leave this for you. Just so you have. I know that it's been kind of a day. And I thought you might. I just thought this would be better here. And I just leave the box on your desk or whatever. I'm like, use it if you want. It works really well.
What are you talking about?
I'm
and
giving
it,
you the
hobbles over. Look at it. Sorry,
in the box is a gun.
Yeah.
It's a gun.
I don't need this. I've got a firearm of my own.
This one will be better. And I would like you to have it.
This is the gun your mother gave you, isn't it?
I mean, maybe. I'm gonna leave it right here. I'm not gonna argue about it.
Nice. I know what you were trying to do, but I assure
Luna
you...
quietly slips out the
Oh, she doesn't have to leave.
Behind her.
Oh, stay here gives me an out.
Don't make this weirder than it already is.
Yeah,
This is important to you.
it is.
And you should keep it, especially for brunch
It's-
today.
I'm not going to take a gun to brunch today.
You should. I'm bringing my
Probably.
knives.
Well, enjoy. If you want a gun there, you can take this one.
I'm not. I know it is very rude to refuse a gift.
Yes, and you would hate to be rude because you're back to normal
I
in
would
that,
very
right?
much. This is a situation that calls for rudeness, I'm afraid. I do not need these grand gestures.
This is
Your
not a
friendship
grand
has-
gesture.
It is your mother's gun that she gave you. That
Yes, but it's no. This is a functional
is this
item for the ship.
safekeeping?
If you don't
Very
want it,
well.
I'll take it.
I will keep it here for safekeeping until you are ready to retrieve it at a time you see fitting.
Fine. I'll
That's kind
make
of a
sure.
slap in the face to bring a marked
I
weapon
know,
to somebody who
I
just
know.
lost their board. It just.
Well, I know, but it's all I had. So
What? Again, this is entirely unnecessary. It just feels like you are guilty or trying to make amends for something that you have not done.
yeah. Okay.
I will keep your gun here if you need it.
All
But
right.
know that it is yours
Mm-hmm.
and it belongs with you. This is a piece of your family and a piece very important to you.
That's why I'm asking you to keep it. In case something happens.
We're all going
Don't
to.
worry about it. I'll make
Well,
sure
now I'm
Luna.
gonna worry. Sorry,
I'll make sure Luna comes back. And
Very well. I will. Hide it
Luna
from the
looks
boys.
cautiously into the room, like.
No,
Yeah, she's
please.
like-
This looks like a whole thing that she needs you for. So
Okay. She kind of comes in fully now, and starts grabbing whatever else she needs to help Nanette dress.
I will see you at brunch.
Cool. All right, Gianni, are you doing anything in particular in the 2 hours before you go to the brunch, or no? Up to you.
Honestly, no.
Okay.
I did my thing.
That is an option. I just like to give everybody an opportunity to not to be too cute about it, but before shit goes down. You better be ready. Okay, sorry. What about Andreas? What is he doing in regards to either the ship or himself or
I think
whatever orders, or
I think
what happened?
He checks in with Keg, making sure all the repairs are still good, like just task the repairs. He will shave. Basically, he's gonna go meet this guy. He's
Again?
gonna come in a fresh clothes, freshly shaven face. Like he is going to put on all the airs. He'll take a minute and polish his duelist pin and proudly display
Okay.
it. And if everything's going well with the ship and it's continuing to do its fine, he'll check in with Leon, making sure making sure the extra guards are being posted, and then be waiting patiently with his sword and mangoche sword belt strapped around his waist with a fresh jacket and cleaned up, dusted, and everything, ready to go.
All right. Awesome. So, with that being done, I'm assuming everybody gathers to head over to the silver plate. Yes?
Yep.
All right. Are we like taking a carriage? Are we
Yes,
attempting
we
to make an
fucking are.
entrance? Are we okay then? All right.
I'm not schlepping all the way over there in this dress.
Screw
like,
that.
I've had a fucking morning. It's gonna be the
Yeah.
nicest goddamn carriage I can fucking
We're
find. in
making a
this
goddamn
fucking town.
entrance.
All right, cool.
I-
So you have
does
a
anybody
very
else
nice
feel underdressed?
Oh yeah, Nanette has
Sarmation.
like gone above and beyond to make it look like nothing at all has happened, except for
Yeah.
she is leaning on a cane.
Well, and
Luna
also,
had to
possible,
lay it
but-
a little heavy on the makeup, let's just say.
Oh
Luna
yeah,
had
yeah,
her
yeah.
work
Just
cut out for her. She's like, girl, I need like a spackle and like
we're gonna
I
need
just-
so much powder.
it's funny because Nanette hasn't, with her taste slipping and things, her fashion has been low key, and suddenly it's like,
now it's
she's
back.
like, I am making up for every bad outfit that I
I
let
wore.
myself be seen in over the last 2 weeks.
She threw half of their closet into the sea. Let's just say that.
You just see just clothes flying out that portal window.
Unless you want it, Luna. I just I can't. Oh,
I don't know, my sister might.
I'm just picturing her entering like Winifred and Hocus Pocus, be like, "Hello, Fenix Sorrow, I'm Nanette."
the blood rose of the sea is fucking back.
Whack.
Andreas, you
Of
said
all
you're
the
wearing.
pirates, I'm the worst. Sorry.
You said you're wearing because it's the fashion of here. You're wearing Sarmatian Commonwealth like.
Yeah,
High-
I
higher
don't have a wardrobe from Montaigne at the present. So
Yeah,
we're
she sent
making
Luna
do.
out specifically to get her some.
There might be a
clothes. So these were
boutique.
picked out before she got her stuff
Yeah.
back, but thankfully Luna has good taste. So the dresses she brought back were suitable, very suitable.
Andreas
Yeah.
goes, Matt, Tuna, and he makes a few tweaks just to make it lie the way it should on Sarmatians.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Well, Luna wouldn't know that, so she did her best. So
No, it's
But
still well
fine.
done. It was the most minor of tweaks, just like, phoom, done.
Your assistance
Nice.
is appreciated as always.
I had to help my sister so many times.
Okay. So you alight into the carriage, and you are. So is it just you four, or is one staying back? Are you bringing just yourselves, or more people?
I think
or...
just ourselves.
Should we bring some Marines? Is all I'm asking.
Oh, an honor guard. That's all right.
How about they travel in a separate? This is a suggestion. You don't have to take it.
Luna, do you want to invite your friend to breakfast? I know you haven't had a chance to spend some quality time with him.
Wait, no.
Yes.
Yes.
Then there's secrets on a ship.
No, there are not.
Yeah. She likes interprets for him. Like, he grunts and she's like, he means thank you very much, and like all of that stuff.
They're just having
It's
breakfast.
opposites. Anyway. Yeah, so yeah, she nods, and she will go let Leon know to be on the alert, follow behind, all of that sort of thing. He's
Can you
mercenary,
get
so
him
he
to
gets
clean
the
up
idea.
just a bit?
Andreas looks
The
and goes,
scrub
And
is
she
just a
makes
little
a
bit.
face
No.
like, wow, that's a challenge.
no,
Maybe just a little bit.
no,
Just
he's
a wee
perfect.
bit.
Luna's looking back and forth between the two of you, like,
Once the net starts walking down, Andreas secretly like low fives. Low fives, Luna, like, nice.
nice. Okay, cool. So you have the Marines on standby, following.
I was
Up
going to
behind.
say.
Oh.
I was going to make the suggestion that they travel in a separate carriage
can
and
do that.
wait outside.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
But Luna
They can do
and Leon can go on a date together.
I mean,
near
that's
us.
fine.
He's
That's
supposed
fine.
to be working. He's serious.
God,
Yes,
God,
this
what
is
this
work.
fucking- Is this the matchmaking ship? What the fuck?
And for everybody but the PCs.
That's
For
fine.
everybody
That's
but
fine.
the player characters.
Look, it's a boat. There's only so much you can do in 24 hours. They
There's
need
only
a
so
break
many
too.
people you can do in 24 hours.
Exactly. Please don't take it as a challenge,
Anyway.
Dubois.
um okay, cool. All right. So yeah, you're in front of the silver plate. You come down from the carriage. Are there any particular way you're going to enter, like casually, brazenly, quietly? Like, is there any
Casually.
particular
We
I'm
should
here
have
for brunch.
we should have discussed this in the carriage, and I'm sure that we did.
Well,
How
I'll
we
say
pr-
you can. I mean, obviously.
okay.
So,
How are we
go ahead.
presenting ourselves? Is this our captain is leading us into this, or is Nanette leading us because she was the one to whom the message was given? Gianni is not allowed to be in the front. I don't see any reason why I should be in the front. I just want to know which one of you is going to be the point on the spearhead. So your egos can battle that out. I don't really care. I just
It should be the captain.
whoever leads does the talking.
Well, I don't know if that's necessary, but the reservation is under.
It's like, oh, I have
So-
to shut up. Never mind.
Yeah.
God.
Excuse me.
I mean, that's like he can
I
be
will
in front,
not
but
be
I can
silenced.
talk. I'll not go silent.
Yeah.
You know, I believe the captain should lead. Do you need to know just how many weapons I've stashed under my very British skirts?
Yes.
Because there are many.
I'm so proud.
Jesus Christ. Good
Look, Ace was
Lord,
like, I'm not bringing
okay.
a gun, and Nanette's like, okay, I'll just bring 2 then.
I was gonna say,
This
yeah.
is gonna be one of those, like, all your weapons, and then that just is like,
Yep.
Andreas opens up his coat that's closed in his sash, and it looks like Neo. What?
I
I'm
mean,
ready.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. You people. At least Nanette can hide her shit, and as long as Andreas is hiding his, I do not think we should be visibly armed. I think they're going to assume that we're armed, and that's fine.
Oh no, Andreas openly carries his weapons because he's a duelist. It's
Okay,
part
then
of his station.
okay, fine. I don't fucking care. What I care about is that the Ace's point is, let's just, if this is parlay, then let's fucking parlay and not come into it because and Ace has her own reasons for not carrying her guns because she does tend to pull them on people, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. So
Ace, I do not want to start a fight.
then shut the fuck up right now, Captain, with all due respect. What I'm just saying, let's not try to start a fight by going in there with weapons out.
Of course, but we are dealing with Giovanni Villanova. It's
Sure.
like coming to meet a tiger.
I'm not telling you to not be
yeah,
armed.
Yeah.
Look, it's just a precaution. And if anything, it's because there still might be trouble, or someone of the Inquisition may still be after us. It just
Davis is over there like, do you want my advice?
Is it good advice?
Well, of course it's good advice.
You let me wear so many terrible things, I'm starting to wonder.
Oh, darling, I don't let you do anything.
Ace, I will put all efforts forward for there not to be any violence. Because if nothing
Okay.
else, that will reflect on my family's name here, and I do not want that to happen. Okay? I have always openly carried my blades as I am a registered
and that's fine.
duelist
I
with the
didn't.
guild.
And I understand that, Andreas. You don't have to talk to me like I'm a child. I understand that. I'm just saying, let's be smart about it.
I fully intend to be smart about it.
All right.
If I intended to be stupid about it, I would have left 2 hours ago and tried to kill him myself.
I I'm just saying, let's not go in with trying to kill him.
I
They're
wanted to
not-
kill him.
We're
You
here to
didn't tell me you
I
were
just told
planning
you.
some fun.
All right. The fact that you are even entertaining any sort of conversations about killing anyone is perhaps a reason why we should let those of us more diplomatically inclined do the talking. Shall we go in then? I don't wish
But
to
more
be
to
late.
the point, the question that started all of this is, yes, I would like to know exactly what weapons Nanette is carrying on her.
Well, 2 pistols and several knives that Robert very gracefully suggested a blacksmith for. So yeah,
Mhm.
they're quite nice.
Yeah, they're very sleek, very
Very
quiet.
sleek, very they're easy to hide should you need them somewhere. And
All right.
my her unfortunate awkward gait with the cane does allow to for some better hiding of them, I suppose.
Oh, okay. Sweet. All right, cool. So you've got some throwing knives and you've got 2 pistols. All right, perfect. All right, cool. So is Nanette going for what did we decide? Did we decide who was going in first?
I am leading us. I am introducing. I'm going to whatever maitre d is there, introducing ourselves. I'm just
He
going to.
recognizes you, the maitre d. So when he sees you come in, so you don't really have to announce yourself. The maitre d sees you, when you walk in, and says, "Follow me, please,"
Of course.
and leads you back. It's not the same place you were with Dubois last night. It's
Yeah, there
actually
was a
a
more intimate
fully private room in the back. That's even, I mean, it actually has an actual door. Um, and you also note, actually, Wits puts notice, and I will tell you things that you know. Anyone who would like to do so, Wits and notice. And just tell me how many raises you get. Three. Okay, 3.
4.
4. Okay.
Three and 2 dice left over. Did you need to buy any dice?
Okay. Not the moment. Um.
Just a second, sorry.
We just need some hero points. Come on.
Oh, I wouldn't worry about that.
Nah, they're nice to have.
Yeah. Fine. Okay. Cool. All right. So, the big thing you notice, all of you who at least got two races, notice that this room is probably soundproofed as you're led to it. So anyone who has 2 notices that. And Gianni, you had 3, correct?
Yes.
Anyone who has 3 will notice that this room, the way it's situated, probably doesn't have any windows or anything in it from where it's positioned in the restaurant. All right. 4. Fourth thing you notice is you notice that, okay, so that's 4, right? Who had 4? Does anybody, okay, did anybody have more than 4?
5.
Okay, so Andreas and, okay. So on a 5, which is Andreas and Ace, right? 5?
I only have 4. I only have 4.
Oh,
I had
Ace
a
5.
4?
Michael
Ace
had
has
4.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So with yours, that's what you notice, Andreas. With 5, Ace, you notice that there are a suspicious number of people eating alone this brunch. You are led into the room, and there is a gorgeous table set up. It's a gorgeous room. It is decked out in very fine accoutrements around. It reminds you a lot of the Count's place, but in a more Sarmatian sort of style. I mean, it's very expensive in here. The table is gorgeous. It's been laid out, the silverware and stuff like that. It's a rather large room. And as you noted before you walked in, if you do walk in, because at this point the door has just been opened, so you can see in it. And you see the inside of the room and the table and everything like that. And there is a man sitting in the room at the table, and there are two others with him. One is Dubois, and the other is a man you have not seen before. Sitting in the middle is who anyone who had ever seen Giovanni Villanova would recognize this man as Giovanni Villanova. I am going for a John Turturro sort of look. John Turturro has played several, so kind of think about that. I kind of wanted to go to somebody who was like from the same country as these people, so and John Turturro seemed like a good choice.
Yeah.
So you see Dubois, then you see Villanova in the middle, and on the end is, like I said, is a man you had not seen before, but does have that Villanova look to him. Kind of looks like they might be related. Him and Giovanni Villanova. From that, they see you. So, and smiles and says, "Welcome." And with that, I'm going to end a little early because I think if I continue any further, we will be a heck of a lot later this evening. So.
Alrighty.
All right. So, so next time we will see how this meeting goes. Please take note of anything your character has or would bring with them, because you will still have those things, of course, next time, if you brought anything with you. As for hero points, you will have full hero points plus 1 for all of the role playing that was going on. So you will each start with however many hero points you have next time plus 1. You can decide if I'm doing that to be generous or whether you should be worried all week.
We're all gonna die.
Don't die, don't die, don't die, don't die. There's Villanova, there's Dubois. Don't die, don't die, don't die, don't die.
Today's a good day to die. Come on. Where's the fun?
There's the right attitude.
All right. Oh, yes, John.
Whenever we're ready, I do have one channel announcement to go over.
Oh,
Okay, absolutely. So, any announcements, and then we will call out. Sure, go ahead.
So, really quick, this Saturday we're going to be doing a charity marathon for the Independent Game Designer Network. So, it is right now they have their charity fundraiser going on for their diversity scholarship, which helps usually get fledgling game designers to go to Metatopia. It also assigns them a mentor within the gaming industry to start helping them develop the skills and put out games. This year, because Metatopia will be online, they're actually going to be giving out the money to the actual award participants. So it'll help to fund actual games being developed. So this weekend, if you want to come and see some amazing games by amazing creators, at 10 o'clock, we're going to have an ETU, that's East Texas University game. Then at 2 o'clock, we're going to have Code Warriors. If you saw, it was in N-World, it was in Forbes. So both magazines have covered this game that's coming out from Nerdberg Games. And then at 6 o'clock, we are going to be doing Command Droids, which is a Saturday morning Transformer esque game. Both those games were developed by members of the Independent Game Designer Network. The ones who are both those last two games are going to be ran by the people who created them. And I'm really excited to have both Craig from Nerdburger Games, and I'm really excited to have Sean Jaffe from Nerdy City, who anyway, I could gush about them for forever. But they are amazing creators, and we're going to be going from 10 o'clock in the morning to 10 o'clock at night for the entire marathon. Please come out, support, have a great time with us.
Is that last game, is that more than meets the eye?
John didn't even pick up on it. He was ready to. He was ready to like answer it like it was a legit question.
It's all right. I got this server boot.
Sorry, John. I had to.
Oh no, you got me.
I get it all the time from y'all. So every once in a while,
you got to give it back.
I have to. All right, excellent. Thank you, John. Everybody, please do come out for that. I can tell you from experience as well that is a great group. It's a great group of people. They do a lot for the industry. So definitely come out. And until next week, when we will see what's going to happen once Giovanni Villanova is faced to face to Scarface and weapons and who knows what else with our heroes.
Scarface? Which one of us is Scarface?
I'm sure some of you have scars at the very least. Yeah,
true,
he has a scar. That's right. Yeah. Yeah.
I
knew one of you
shaving.
did.
You want to know how I got these scars?
Yeah. And until next week, I wish you fair winds and following seas. We'll see you next time.
Night, everyone.